Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to another edition of Tradeify TV. It is Thursday, July 17th, 2025. It is 60 minutes before the New York opening bell, which means it's time for us to help get you ready for your trading day. We just had a little bit of news come out, retail sales here, but guys, we'll kick to the charts here in a couple of minutes. First of all, again, welcome. We've got Tyler Trades on with us later today. We also have Coach Tank. It's Tyler and Tank on a Thursday doesn't quite have the same ring as Tyler and Tank on a Tuesday, but it is Thursday. We got him here. We're looking forward to it. So let's meet my fellow hosts. First of all, I have to introduce the reason everyone tunes in, of course, the smile, the hair, the soft, soothing voice. I'm, of course, talking about Swiss Nick, Nick Metzger. Nick, how are you this morning?
I was like, why do you introduce Miriam first today?
Why do you see, this is what happens when you assume.
Well, I didn't believe in myself enough, you know.
You got nice hair. You got it. That especially when you get into that soft British accent, everybody loves that, man. Come on.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Miriam. Good morning, Tradeify TV. Today is a good day, as Matt already said. We have Tank on. We have Tyler on. Tomorrow we have another Tyler on, and today we have some big boy accounts to give away because we reached 16K subscribers yesterday. So we could convince the leadership team here to do some special giveaways, okay? It's going to be good. It's going to be very good. But as usual, let's kick off this stream with our one and only Matcha Mommy, Curly Trader, 5 Mini Queen.
I was waiting for that last part. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Tradeify Nation. Welcome to the stream. If this is your first time, welcome, of course. And if you are a returning guest, welcome again to you. But of course, we want to kick it off with a couple things. Obviously, we talked about our guest that is coming on today. Our guest Tank could be considered a guest too, but we have a few things going on today. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel. Of course, we are celebrating our 16K giveaways today, but let's keep that going. Let's keep that momentum going. We want to be number one, guys, and we're going to be on our way. We're definitely on our way there, but we're working on it. We're working on it. So we couldn't do that without your guys' support. So we appreciate you guys, of course, every single day streaming with us and coming on live. So let's get into the data here that came out. I'll pull up my charts. Matt, I don't know if you have those numbers on deck. I do. Let me go over my charts here real quick.
Jobless claims came in at 221, expecting 235, so a little light there. Continued claims are pretty much in line. Retail sales, actual 0.6, expecting 0.1. Year over year, month over month, and autos coming in about as expected.
Awesome. Okay, great. So we did get a little bit of an initial tiny push here on both futures. I'm looking at ES and NASDAQ on my left. So we are looking at the 1 hour charts on both sides here. Now, you guys can see we are in nice synchronicities here on both futures. You can see that the same levels we've been talking about this week have really still played a role here. So, yesterday we had this wild kind of interesting day. We had a lot of tweets coming out. You guys saw that we were, it was one of those no one is safe sort of days, and it was very, clear. You can see this nice, pretty crazy wicks. Actually, we hit right into this demand zone on the NASDAQ. ES really held this 240 level almost beautifully. We just wicked down in this demand zone. So had a nice back bounce up to this 23,100 area that we were talking about on the stream yesterday. So quite the range that we're now sitting in on futures. So right now, we're still kind of holding these levels, right? The areas that I'm really looking for us to push past and really hold is going to be this 100 area. We talked about it yesterday. You can see very clear support on at this level in the previous sessions. Obviously on Tuesday, this was a very key level. And you can see we came up to it yesterday, we rejected, and now we are trying to hold above that level. So right now, if we can hold this 100 area on the NASDAQ, I mean, we have a couple trend lines here where obviously we have this downside trend line and upside trend line. It would be clean if we can get above this 139 area and into this supply zone that we kind of tapped into yesterday. So I would be looking for a push through this and actually all-time highs if we can clear these 23,200s. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. Obviously, break through the trend line and then break above and possibly make new all-time highs. Now, one thing I will be concerned about is if we cannot create a new high, which is what I'd be expecting today. If we can't go up here and make a new high, that to me could signal a failed breakout. So I would possibly be looking for a reversal back down, back into this 100 area. If not, we could come down to this 23,000 level, which we have a little bit of a demand zone sitting here from 23,051 all the way down to this 23,000 level. So if we clear this demand zone, we have obviously this trend line too that we would be breaking to the downside. A 30-minute I'm not super in love with this. I just kind of put it on here so we can see, but this isn't it's not the strongest demand zone in my opinion, but we could come down and tap into this 22,990. This area has actually been a pretty key level as well. This was a level I remember from a couple days ago that, this 22,990, 92 level, if we can break down below that, we have room past this 53. And you guys can see this nice wick that we formed yesterday. A lot of people actually play these sort of setups and they treat them like gaps. So these wicks tend to also typically fill. So if we start to kind of get down here, guys, I think we might try to fill the rest of this wick and then possibly retest this demand zone as well. You guys can see we had a very nice reaction. So there might still be orders sitting in this area. Let's look at ES real quick. Same similar, style that we're looking at here. We have, a few trend lines to the downside, or one trend line to the downside, a few to the upside here. That level on ES is going to still be that range that we're sitting in. So 6,300 is going to be that key area that we're now holding above. But then that next level up is going to still be the 6,310. We've talked about this level, 6,310 all the way up to 6,315. These two areas are going to be key for us. You guys can see we've had nice reactions from these levels, not just yesterday, but also in the pre-market here. We still can't get above this 6,310 level. So if we start pushing up here, I would hope that we can hold the 6,315 and not find any sort of rejection or reaction here. Because if we can push above 6,315, we have a clear shot to the 6,330 area. And this is all-time highs, guys. So you can see there's a very, very nice supply zone sitting here. We might get a reaction, but if we get the juice and start pushing up, there's no reason why we can't make new all-time highs on ES as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking for today. Obviously to the downside, a lot of levels that we can start to hit here. This 62.96 area all the way down to 62.90. And then if we break that, it's pretty much every 10-point increment on ES. I've been liking ES lately, so I might actually look to play ES today rather than the NASDAQ. But yeah, we'll see. Those are kind of the levels I'm seeing. I don't really see a lot of orders sitting on book maps other than this 23,150 area that's sitting pretty much where the top of this this pre-market candle is. So basically pre-market high is what we're looking at here. And then obviously we have room to the upside after that. Levels to the downside, I don't really see too much right now, but that can very, very much change once we start getting into the open here. And then on ES 6310, we have some sellers. Of course, same area that we're still talking about, and then the 6302 has some buyers. So let's be mindful of those levels as we get into it here. But Nick, why don't you walk through anything that you saw in the London session, or did you take any trades?
Yeah, let's do it. No trades for me during the London session today. Unfortunately, the real moves happened before. But I just wanted to mention something really quick in regards to the wick that you said. You know what's crazy about this wick? I mean, shout out to Brett Simba, the man himself. Like, look at this tweet right here. While the market was doing these crazy dumps, he posted, Trump should stop hunting everyone with Powell talk twice. High of day for QQQ would be wild by close. And then we got high of day. That was insane. Like, by now, I really think the market is talking to Brett directly. Like, that shit is crazy. But anyways, for my levels and everything I saw, I said, like, we did have a pretty good pump actually from the Asia session. So that's that was from the low at 23,016. We had a pretty good pump up to 23,151. It's about a 135-ish point move. However, that happened unfortunately before my session started here at 3 a.m. For me, no trades because the market was just slowly grinding back down. And now we found support at the 23,076 level. well, 76 to 72, 75, that area. And we did form this downtrend line that's on the 15-minute chart here. And that was now finally broken with the news release. So I do actually see the market very, very bullish right now. The London high is sitting at 23,151. And then obviously the next level above that is the current year high and the all-time high at 23,222.75. So I am looking at this in a very, very bullish way. And speaking of that, can we actually get the animal pull up, Drew, for today? Bullish, bearish, or whatever animal you can come up
or duck-billed platypus.
Or a platypus, exactly. If we go down, like we have a lot of levels that would actually support my thesis here of the market being bullish. We could pull back into previous week high. We could pull back into previous day high and also into daily open. So we do have a lot of support here. And I do think we are going higher. But hey, again, we're trying to react to the market, not predict it. So this is just what I'm seeing right now. Maybe in an hour, it's going to be completely different. But that is these are my levels for now. Matt, what about oil and gold?
Yeah, they're there.
Nice.
Oh, you want to talk? Okay. Yeah.
Thank you,
right.
Miriam. What are you? No, I'm kidding.
So if we go in here, I'm going to start off with the GC this morning. Gold. GC had some pretty wild swings yesterday, just like the market did with the news of Trump and Jay Powell. He is, he isn't, he will, he won't, he might be. He's thinking about it. He didn't think about it. He wrote a letter. He didn't wrote a letter. He talked about it with GOP lawmakers. He didn't talk about it with GOP lawmakers. Okay, all that. So gold is now really kind of breaking down from its highs up there at 33.60, and we've seen as high. We actually made a run towards 3,400 earlier in the week. We didn't quite get there. We got about 10, 12 points away. But now we're breaking down, and today this tells me a test of 3,300 is most likely on deck, assuming the markets continue higher as well. Gold, again, very unusual on the hour chart to see a wick in gold this strong, this big of a seller's wick, right? And sure enough, it did happen yesterday off the pop and then drop on the Trump J Powell news. So for me, 3,300 is the next level on deck if the markets keep pushing up. If we look at CL here, CL is in a breakout. Not sure it wants to confirm, but we're above 67 here, which puts us kind of above the 66.80 to 67 area that we've kind of has really been pinning action for quite some time. It acted as support about a week ago, and then it acted a little bit as resistance, a little bit of resistance, a little bit of support, a little bit of pinning action, a little bit of everything. But right now it is, it acted as resistance yesterday. We're pushing above it now. Where this candle closes is going to be very important. If this candle closes above 67, I think we probably move back up to 68 to the 69 area, or we could be breaking back down to 64. Hopefully a breakdown would finally bring the price of the pumps down just a little bit. But regardless of that, I think oil could be a trader today or tomorrow if that's something that you follow. As far as the Russell 2000 is concerned, nice strong candle off that. Again, use this as a nice barometer for the market's appetite for risk, and it's been pretty consistently showing outside of this move down on Tuesday that there is at least somewhat of an appetite for risk with the bigger traders. But we'll see. Typically, if we're going to see the NQ, or excuse me, the NQ, the Russell make a move, it's going to be a little in scenarios where the markets are making new all-time highs, meaning the NQ, the ES, etc. The R2Y is usually going to be a little bit behind with that in terms of when we start to see movement towards the small and the mid caps. That means the large caps maybe stalling out a little bit. That's kind of the scenario we see in new all-time highs. Sometimes we'll see the opposite scenario when we're breaking down, and we saw this a couple of times in the spring where some of the tariff mess brought things down a few percent. All right, well then the Russell starts showing that appetite for risk. So when we're at all-time highs, it's not as reliable of an indicator if you're using it as an indicator as I tend to like, but it's still something we keep an eye on. Okay, deep breath, guys. Deep breath. We got to call that.
Just a quick info. I am looking at this bull flag here in the 1 minute. It looks really nice on NQ. The candle goes in 12 seconds. So if that does close outside, I would take a quick long here. But
just now pushing like above the +1 standard dev. The top of that band sitting at about 125.
Yeah, it didn't close outside anyway. So for now, there's no entry. I want a 1 minute candle close outside of that, and then I would jump into it. Would be a a pretty tight stop here. Stop would be at 1750, and TP would be the highs here at 44.
Okay.
Nice.
It is pushing nicely now. I'm waiting for a close here in the 1 minute. Don't want it to go too far, because otherwise risk to reward is not going to be nice.
Yeah, I would actually like ES. If we can get ES above 315, I will look to take that for a long. I do like that level if we can hold it and show acceptance above it. We're still, about 5 points or so away from that. And I hope we don't do it right at the open. That'll suck. But that's the level that I'm looking for.
I did enter that. This looks
Nice.
good for now. Let's see. So I'm long 1 mini from 23,131.
Nice. What's your target?
That would be 23,149. A little bit below the low. Actually, I'm gonna move it to candle body on the 5 minute. So 46. Pretty much a 1-to-1 trade. A little bit more than 1-to-1.
Nice. Okay. Great. Yeah, I really like this 315 level on ES. I think if we get the juice, we have a nice little gap area here that we could. It's not a gap, but it's a nice level to level that we can possibly start moving towards. And I think obviously if NASDAQ's moving in conjunction, we have that. We have those synchronicities, then I think we can start maybe making all-time highs. At this point, like when I look at something like this, right, we had this massive move to the downside. Like this is a crazy wick. Like even on a small time frame, when I look at something like this, it's clear that buyers are defending this area, right? We're defending something over here that like has now almost like picked these buyers up and now pushing us back to the upside. There's no reason when I look at this for us not to make new highs, because if we come back up here and we just fail to make new all-time highs, in my opinion, that's a lack of buying sentiment. So for me, I would expect possibly another move back down. Not saying this is going to happen all today, of course, but anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. But right now, I would be anticipating that bulls do continue to hold this move up and start pushing us towards all-time highs, and then go from there. Because this to me right here, what happened yesterday, there's a lot of trapped sellers sitting here. So I would think that we would need to continue pushing back up. But we'll see what we get today. I mean, I am bullish on the day, especially if ES can make this move above 315. NASDAQ really starting to push into the levels that we had on yesterday. Let's see. It's really hard for me to see my screen sometimes, but it looks like we are above previous day high as well. So previous day high on the New York session was sitting at this 23,100 area. So if we can continue to hold that, then we'll clear this overnight high as well. So I think we got a clear shot above 150 if we can start moving up.
I think so too.
ES is like barely above previous day high right now at that 308 level. So we just need to continue moving that.
Yeah, I would want to see that that level where we're at right now, the 35 break on NQ.
Got some nice liquidity sitting right up there at the 50 level.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, Demai, thank you for being one of the 16K subs. Speaking of 16K subs, let's actually get our like count up so we can do the first giveaway today. Actually, as I said, because we did hit 16K yesterday, we are going to do some big boy account giveaways today. So 150K straight to funded. Okay. But in order to do that, right now we're sitting at 369 people who are watching. Let's get the likes up to 271. 271, and we're going to do a flash giveaway for a 150K straight to funded account. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Costs you nothing, gives you a chance for 150K straight to funded.
Way to sell that.
Getting some nice buying pressure coming in. ES is, yeah, it's going for it.
I like the timing on this trade for you too, Nick, because we've seen those last 10, 15 minutes before the New York Open get really kind of crazy and wicky. And so to get this in before that 30-minute warning, that's well timed.
Thank you. That's also why I do not set my target higher than the highs here, because chances that we consolidate around that area are just too high, in my opinion. Yeah, Forex therapy. Well done. Well done. You're on time today. Not going to miss a 150K straight to funded account giveaway, right? That would be bad. Imagine somebody wins today and doesn't claim the price. Ouch.
Oh, we've seen it happen.
It's happened. It has happened.
All right, we're close to TP here.
Nice.
Very close. I'm actually moving break even now because I do not want to experience that. Risk-free trade.
Always a great feeling.
Always a great feeling. It's always a greater feeling if it's risk-free and hits TP. That would be so nice.
Looking at this 315 level on ES, there's quite a few sellers sitting there, but we're starting to fill those orders.
TP hit.
Nice.
There you go. That's a good way to start the day, sir.
Great trade.
Thank you.
I love those like quick ones too.
Yeah, just like a quick 15 points, like
a little quickie.
Okay, that's for 35 after dark. Let's see if we take out the highs. I don't think so. Not before market open, or we take them out and come right back. I guess.
I would be looking for a possible, now that we've kind of we hit right to that 315 area on ES, like to the tick. I mean, look at that. So right now I would like a little bit of a pullback, maybe to this 312 area, and then possibly look to enter a light position.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would probably have a pretty decent stop sitting below previous day high, like at 307 area. All right.
Paraloco saying quickies are the best though, especially before market.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
All right. Well.
Hey, Kushal, W, man. Nice. Did you take that same setup? Same bull flag?
Nice.
Sitting at 253 likes. Let me refresh. Maybe we reached the goal by now. Oh, I actually just realized I need to set up a keyword. Okay, no, we haven't reached the goal yet. 271 likes, guys, for a 150K straight to fund account. Come on.
I want to see this candle close before looking to get into this.
Oh, wait, I need to adjust that. That was dumb. There we go.
Dooby dooby doo.
Exactly, man. Dooby dooby doo. Do you have an order set up there, Myron?
No, I want to see how this candle is going to close because I mean, I would like this for potential entry. I just don't. I want to see how this candle is going to close. I don't want them to just dump this all the way down to 309. That would not be what I would like to take. About 15 seconds on this. Because right now, what I don't want is for them to just top at this 315 area and then come try to bring it back down. But it doesn't look like they want to do that. So.
Hey guys, also I actually discovered something about the top fan in the chat that made me not want to participate in this anymore.
Oh,
It is not just the amount of messages that you type or like the amount of comments that you type. It's also how long you've been in the stream for. So you see, for example, the guy who's number 1 right now has 250 XP because he's been in the chat since like London session or something. And that's why the XP goes up. So I'm like, nah, fuck that. But anyways, we did reach our like goal.
Many of us spend time studying the charts and like the trade. Nick's try to figure out how the fuck the YouTube chat
yeah.
Well. I did find it out.
Yeah.
So, guys, we did achieve the like goal. So let's do a 150K straight to funded flash giveaway. Okay, one person is getting a 150K straight to funded account. It's going to be as usual. The rules are you have to like the stream, you have to be subscribed to the channel, and once I drop the keywords, please only type it once. Do not type it twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, because you are going to get disqualified, and that will be very unfortunate. So the keywords in regards to that quick trade I took is quickie. Good luck, everybody.
I love it.
Alrighty then.
Well, I think that would have been my entry that I just missed out on there.
But I mean, we're sitting at that high there at 151.75. And along, or are you talking short?
No, I'm actually looking for a long.
Okay.
That level that I was looking at on the 12 area it held really well on ES. So let's see if we get I think I'll just wait for another breakout above 315. I would like to actually wait for the market to open before entering this.
Yeah.
We're about 30 minutes away, so I'll try to be patient on this.
Makes
this
sense.
could just rip at the open. Watch.
It could rip at the open. I mean, it looks like it.
Moving a little slow here.
But the trend line break was so clean. I just don't like being at the highs right before the open.
Yeah, that's another reason why I'm not really trying to take this right now.
Yeah, makes sense.
How do you spell quickie? Is it IE or Y?
I always thought it was IE.
Was it IE?
I would think so.
Funny, because when I first typed it, I did it with IE, and then I corrected it to Y because I thought it's Y. But well, guess I'm wrong.
Sounds like quacky.
A quacky? It is actually a quacky.
Oh man.
Well, anyways, with a Y is the correct one for the giveaway. Sorry, Swiss Nick in full action here with the wrong spelling.
I would have spelled it way different.
How would you have spelled it?
With an IE.
Yeah, I did that in the beginning. Oh, there's the break of the high.
Yeah, I think this entry went away from me. It's all good.
All right,
Now we wait.
Drew, can you pull up the randomizer? Let's see how many entries we have. KWIKIE. Yeah, right, Drew. Well, we do have almost 300 entries. At 300 entries, we're going to draw. Okay. So that is now the 150K straight to funded account goes to, oh, fuck me. Jigsaw 45. I thought it was way more complicated. It looked so blurry on my screen.
Keep in mind for all giveaways this week, guys, you'll receive them next week because Background Nick is not available.
Yep.
Get back to work, you bum.
Make sure to type something in the chat really quick so we see you're there. Or did you type something already? I don't think so, right? Jigsaw, come on. Yep, there he is. Nice. Make sure to add your email address to the YouTube channel description so we can actually see your email and send you your free code. Congrats.
Nice.
All right, guys. So we got a couple of guests with us today. So we get some trading with Tyler Trades. We get some trading psychology with Coach Tank. It is a complete day here at Tradeify TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're excited. I'm actually going to set a little order here at this 315 area. Looking for a break out of that, and then I'll just have a stop sitting at like 310. If it triggers my entry here, we'll see.
Me saying congratulations on your quickie account. Yeah, get it to pay out quick. That's the motto.
All right, so I just got triggered on that long. I don't want to see them like really bust this down here. I want to see them continue this to the upside.
That is bold entry. I like it though.
Let's see.
Miriam has the courage.
I'm actually going to set my stop to 312. If they start bringing this down, which it looks like they might try to here. Let's see, 315. Okay, so I'm taking a, 3-point, oh wait. Yeah, 3-point risk. 3.5 point risk on this play. But I want like 10 points out of it, so.
A 3.5 point risk, that is nothing.
On ES, that's, well, it depends how many.
Oh, okay, on ES. I thought you were on NQ, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm on ES.
I was like, what the hell? 3.5 points on NQ?
No.
Wow.
I wish it was that easy.
Right? What's your position size?
I'm in 3 minis, so my risk on this is $525 if I'm wrong on this play. But I'm shooting for, honestly, I want 330.
330 on ES. Where's the all-time high sitting at? 43, right? Yeah, 43. 43.
Actually, let me go ahead and share this screen, Drew.
Yeah, 330 is very, very doable.
Yeah.
Would you like to hold this through the US Open?
I'll hold on to it, yeah. Especially if I see that we start kind of like creeping up a little bit more. I'll just have my stop sitting at where it's at. No problem.
Yeah. In the chat asking where's Tyler. Well, Tyler's already setting up here in the background chat. He's gonna be on soon. So stay tuned.
Drew, I'm gonna switch my screens over here.
You can switch to mine, yeah.
Thank you.
Real nice sign in the NQ. After we charged through that 48 to 50 level, we went and retested it and then popped back up. Now we're coming a little bit close to it, but as long as it holds, I would say kind of the 145 to 150 area looks pretty good heading into the Open.
Oh, I need to change it to this one. NQ might be the one that's a little bit more wiki today.
Just got a little move up there. Nick, you need to chug that bottle for Mary drinking, and we got a little pop up here. It's
need to chug the entire bottle again.
You cannot chug entire bottle of vodka. We take your Russian passport.
Well,
not the Russian passport.
I'm from the mafia.
You can't drink vodka. We send you to I don't know, France.
France. Speaking of France, I watched that Napoleon movie last night on Apple TV.
Oh, I
wouldn't recommend it.
I thought you meant Napoleon Dynamite for a second there. I'm going to be like, that was an interesting segue.
Not quite. Yeah, it was quite interesting. It focused a lot on his love life, which I thought was interesting. All right.
Well,
Yeah, the only thing I don't like is NASDAQ right
everybody
now.
has always
holding
wanted to know
on.
about Napoleon's love life. So that's
What's that?
I said, yeah, because I've always been curious about Napoleon's love life.
That's what I was
Oh,
saying. I was
yeah.
like, apparently he was in love with this woman named Josephine. I don't know, whatever.
You didn't know that? Come on.
Not really, actually. I didn't.
This is America. We don't study history over here.
Yeah, what is
I
this?
was just about
Who
to
is
say, like,
even
don't you
Napoleon?
teach that at school?
When does Severance get good?
You got to make it through about the first 3 or 4 episodes of season 1. That's all world building. It is a slog, but you got to get through it.
I would say, yeah, like episode 3 is quite interesting. You're just like, wait, what is happening?
Drew in the background is informing us he has a history degree. It's nice to see you put that to use, Drew.
I actually didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
Oh, don't worry. I wasted all my degree. It doesn't help me at all either. So,
I'm curious why you got that, Drew. What was your plan?
Why?
I mean,
How
if
did
you're-
you end up here?
yeah.
Yeah. Questions for Drew.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to ask you about good or bad decisions that you've made since you graduated.
He said he got a history degree on accident.
Whoopsies.
You know,
That's cool.
we're gonna need the story behind the scenes
Yeah,
on
we're-
that, Drew. There's something going on there.
Absolutely.
So it's got to be interesting then, you know, because I managed to stay off my alma mater's radar for a few years, and then somehow I guess I must have bought a ticket or something to something there, and now they have my contact info, and I get blown up all the time. But they said something about like, hey, tell us your story of what you've done with your education. I'm like, well, I don't use it.
It's just a piece of paper that I have. That's about it.
All right, guys. So we'll check in the background. Drew, are we ready to bring on our first guest of the day? And then we will intro him and bring him on. Okay, it looks like he's ready. Tyler, I can see you in the background. Can you give me a nod if you're ready? All right, he is. That'll work too. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tradeify TV. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Tyler Trades. Let's give it up a little golf clap for Tyler Trades as he comes on the stream here. Good morning, Tyler. How you doing?
I am doing fantastic, Matt. How are you doing? Good morning, guys.
Another day in
Morning.
paradise, brother.
Good morning.
Living the dream, aren't we?
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
it. That is it.
Yeah, big time.
Congrats, Nick. I saw the TP hit already early this morning, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was,
We are
that
moving.
was
We're
quick.
excited to have you on today. And I guess let's kind of get into it here. And you know, we've
Sure.
had you on the stream before. We obviously had a great stream then, and you know, we want to know right now what you're looking at in the markets. It's been kind of an interesting session that we're sitting in here today.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, we're at all-time high markets, right? So it's been a lot of madness. For me, it has been great, I would say, overall the last couple of weeks. But then this week, I feel like it's been tougher sledding. I've been a lot of back and forth in my own personal trading. Yesterday really threw me for a loop, to be honest with you. I was bullish going into the day yesterday. We get this big move basically right at the open higher or pre-market. And then we sell off with all the Powell madness that was going on. And I'm like, I saw that we took the same trade. I went back and I checked your guys' stream and I saw that we both had that huge candle down that stopped us out in like a half of a second. So that got me as well. But you know, going into the day, I would say that the bias just remains bullish for me. We see, like, looking here at the hourly or looking at the 4 hour, you know, we see that order flow is just holding bullish, right? We are seeing that these fair value gaps to the downside are being disrespected. Fair value gaps to the upside are being respected. So that just tells me the order flow is bullish and that I should not be wisely looking to fade this move. But with that being said, because we talked about this last time too, we ended up getting a big rally pre-market, and then we ended up getting this huge sell-off. If you guys remember the last time I was on, we got this huge huge drop. And, looking at the market today, we got London session lows and highs already taken out before we even get to opening bell. And generally for me, when I'm looking at possible reversals, this is usually the things that I'm looking for are previous session, previous day, previous weekly highs and lows to be ran, and then look for confirmation back the other direction. So we'll see if we took out London high. We'll see if the market open wants to bring us back down into this range. It might just be a little bit nerve-wracking if it sets up a short, if we can muster the confidence to press the button or not. So, but that's kind of what I'm looking at as of right now, waiting for the open to kind of give me some more information.
Yeah, it's a great analysis for sure. And you, because that's what you look at, right? Is the fair value gaps on the charts, right? That's kind of like
in terms of order flow, and on the higher time frame, I'm looking for the hourly, the 4 hour, to kind of give me like, okay, what's respecting, what's disrespecting, right? So what's respecting right now is everything bullish. Everything bullish is being respected. Everything bearish is being disrespected. So that tells me that we're on the higher time frames, at least more so bullish in terms of a bias. And then you just break that down, I guess, fractally as you scale into the lower time frames here what I try to do is I try to locate wherever the manipulation was, and then the distribution in the opposite direction that's going to follow. So like you can see here, the candle that I have next to my price action is showing the hourly. So just looking at this, I would look at this as a potential manipulation, right? We see price manipulate above the previous hourly high. And then to me, if this starts breaking down with some displacement, to me, that's a confirmation that you could look for shorts back into this range. So whether that's a fair value gap, an inversion fair value gap, an order block, all of those things, all the ICT concepts. We try to not discriminate. Whichever one looks like it'll give us the best entry. That's what I like to play.
Awesome.
Miriam, are you still in your long?
Yeah, I am. I actually moved my stop a little bit more. I'm gonna let this. I want to try to see if we can hold this one. So I'll lose a little bit more. I think I'll be at like minus 700 or so if I am wrong on this trade. But it does look like we are still rejecting this 315 area. So this might have been a potential reversal here. If we can't hold this like 310 area, I think we start moving back down. So we'll see what we got.
130 on the NQ is +1 standard dev. So if that's going to be an area to bounce, that's where it would be.
Yeah.
All right, so Tyler, we're now 15 minutes before the open. If I recall, correct me if I'm wrong, because we've had a lot of fantastic guests on this program, but you don't typically trade pre-market, right? You're usually waiting for New York.
I don't. Yeah, I don't usually trade pre-market. I usually wait for at least like the first 15 minutes of market to play out, but never say never. There's times where I will stray and I'll trade right at the open. It's just not the norm.
All right, so what are you doing your last 30 minutes then? If you weren't having just splendid conversation with the three of us, what are you looking at or looking for to kind of set the table for your trading day?
Yeah, I mean, usually if I'm not talking to you guys, I'm talking to my chat as well. So either way, I'm staying entertained. But usually, just looking at kind of the things that I've already went over here, right? Just looking at the higher time frame and making sure that as I'm scaling in, because as we get to opening bell, I'm going to be scaling into the lower time frames as well. So I just want to make sure that I'm bringing whatever I was thinking and audibly saying out loud with me into the lower time frames, because I think usually if I get caught offside, it's just because I get sucked into this 1 minute chart, or the 2 or the 3 minute chart too much, and I lose sight of what's happening on the higher time frame. So I just make sure I have an idea of what I want to see going into the open, and then react after that. Because at the end of the day, that's what trading is, right? We could have a plan, and then 15 minutes from now, that plan could completely change, But basically, just get locked in and focused here.
Nice, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
that NQ is selling off here.
Yeah, I might get stopped out of this, but I'll look to re-enter. I got a little excited on that entry, but I'll just let this. If this stops me out, it stops me out. But
on the 1 minute chart, literally like since since about 10 minutes, literally every single candle is red on the 1 minute.
Yeah, this is probably going to stop me out here, because there's this level right here. We need to hold this, but right now it looks like the sellers want to come in. Yeah, I just got stopped out of that. So previous day high, this is where previous day high is sitting. That's kind of why I held that level there. But if we start pushing down below this, then yeah, this is going to be, this might be a reversal right here. So I would look for VWAP to hold as support here. Maybe look for an entry here to go long, but right now it looks like they might have wanted to possibly stop me out and run this back up. But right now this is previous day high. So this is where we kind of have to like really hold it, which is why I had my stop sitting there. But yeah, nice little reversal here that we got on the NASDAQ too.
Yeah.
How are you guys viewing this reversal right now? Do you think this is a setup for another move higher here today, or do you guys view this as a potential reversal?
I think one constant I think we've seen, we were talking about it kind of yesterday and then a little bit this morning too, is that it's less and less, I think, we're able to trust the market action about 10 to 15 minutes before the New York Open. We seem to get these weird momentum moves up or down. It just sort of stop and stall out in very, very weird places. So, it's traditionally been usually within 3 to 5 minutes New York Open, you see some of the bigger boys, they flick on their algos and things start picking up a little bit. And we're seeing that happen at very inconsistent times between 9 and 9:30 now. So I've tried to mostly stay out of that area. I'm like you. I've been trying to kind of wait out the first 5, 10, 15 minutes of the New York session, just to kind of see once the big liquidity is in, where are they going to take us?
Right. I agree.
This is interesting. This is kind of like the perfect example of when Merriam always says bulls take the stairs and bears take the window. Like, it was climbing up for a very long time and now it's just dumping.
I've always heard bears take the elevator. That's morbid as hell.
I say window.
I know. I knew the elevator saying as well.
Came out with that,
came
just
along
be
and
like,
said window.
Bulls work hard for it. Bears just jump out the fucking window.
That's what it feels like. It really feels like that.
Easy game.
It does.
Just jump.
Oh man.
Hey,
Yeah,
two or three people shorted this from the top. Congratulations, guys.
Well done. A really nice topping pattern up there, if that's the type of stuff you look for. So Tyler, I was kind of looking at your charts there, and I know we've had people talk through it before, but in the last, in a couple of minutes here, and obviously I'm sure, your trading's like a lot of ours. There's some simple concept with a little more complex executions and other things you're looking for. But explain to my dumb ass, what is the concept of a fair value gap?
Sure. A fair value gap is a 3-candle pattern. So just looking at the 15-minute chart here, it happens on every time frame. Obviously, price is fractal, but 3-candle pattern here. So candle number 1, candle number 2, candle number 3. You see that candle 1 and candle 3 does not overlap with each other with the wicks. So this open space in between candle 1 and candle 3 is what is a fair value gap. So what this is basically showing is that there was a lopsided, I guess you could say, buying pressure to the upside in this case, right? So where the sellers really had no chance to participate in this. So price is coming back down to rebalance, if you will. So the way that I'm generally looking to use this is external range liquidity to internal range liquidity, right? So even if you're in trending structure, right? Price is not just going to go straight up or straight down forever. It's got to pull back to rebalance and then continue, pull back, rebalance, and then continue before a breakdown and a reversal. And then it's the same thing, going the other direction. But that is what a fair value gap is. Basically just an imbalance, a fancy term for saying imbalance in the market.
Okay. Thank you. Well, that was a relatively simple concept. I pulled up a video of somebody explaining it like a week ago. My ear started bleeding. It's So yeah, thank you for the simple explanation there.
Not a dumbass at all either, Matt. You can't be saying that. That's
you're only here every couple of weeks. Trust me.
That's the Midwest humility coming out. I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. I forget, where are you from?
I am from Wisconsin.
Okay. That's
Born
right.
and raised.
Go Pack, go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Land of the cheeseheads. That's
it.
Cheeseheads.
I was born up there, so yeah.
I got one actually somewhere. I should find it one day and put it on. Maybe during football season, if that.
I still don't think I've unpacked mine. I haven't. We moved here like as the end of football season, so I haven't unpacked all the football shit yet.
Oh, did you just move to St. Louis recently?
Yeah, we moved there like around the holidays.
Right on.
So
And how you liking it compared to Wisconsin?
I absolutely love it. Love the area. Just absolutely love the area. Just it's
Yeah.
it's you know I've both sides of my family are from here, so I've been here and know the place pretty well. It's a
Okay,
city. It's
nice.
got its ups and downs like everything else, but I like small. Like I love Chicago, but you have to budget hours to do anything there. How many times my fiance, like we've driven, we're 15 minutes from downtown. We drive in the city, have dinner, come back. The whole thing takes 2 hours. And
Yeah.
parking doesn't cost $60.
Like in LA.
LA.
I've been to St. Louis one time back in like high school. I went down the what's that called? The Arch?
Yep, the Gateway Arch.
Yeah. And I took a look over the through the little peephole over the edge, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you can't get up there if you're claustrophobic. Those little pods are
that's right.
are tiny. But yeah, next time you're in the area, let me know.
Will do.
Take you to a ball game.
I've never been over there. Like the farthest I've really been in that area has been Georgia.
Well, we have a force field over the city. It doesn't let anyone in from LA.
Oh, it just like shocks them. They start tweaking out.
Yeah. No, they just don't know it's there. They like, it's like Wakanda in the Black Panther movie. Like, you can't see it as you're flying over. The people of California, the Arch is just a myth.
Yeah.
They start twitching.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, we are now under 6 minutes, about 5 minutes from the New York Open. So hopefully we see. It's been some good movement just in the time that we've been on here. I'm really curious what those first couple of 5-minute candles and after New York are going to be. Again, the perma bull in me takes over. I tend to think we'll run towards back towards the 150 area. But am I confident enough in that right now to put something on? I am not.
Yeah, we moved a lot here so far in the pre-market.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yeah.
Feels like it.
Before and after my trading session. Dang it.
You
trade London, Nick?
I trade London, yeah.
Oh man, Tyler, we got a Vikings fan in the chat.
No. Well, it's better than a Bears fan.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Robin,
Yeah.
I'll give you a minute to go check out the Vikings trophy case. Okay, you should be done right now.
There you go.
Yeah, Tyler, London is perfect for me because that's at 9 a.m. So it's great.
Yeah. I always when I first started trading Forex, my sleep schedule was all over the place because I was sitting there trying to trade London session, Asia session, New York session. I'd be setting my alarm for like 3 a.m. my time to check the London Open. I'm like, oh God, yep, nope. Back to bed I went. So I've always envied the Europeans because they get, if they want to, they can be awake for both sessions at a reasonable hour.
Yeah, that is so true.
I actually do it exactly that way. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you avoid the slow sessions.
Yeah.
I see the appeal though where you're at as well, Miriam. Like you can be, even if you trade all day, you're done like at lunchtime.
Right. There's two sides to it for sure.
So it seems like the only really shitty place to trade, Tyler, is like our time zone and the Eastern time zone.
Ain't it? Yeah. I was always thinking too, maybe Hawaii would be pretty tough.
Yeah.
Ooh, Hawaii
would be crazy. You have to get up at like 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I would. Yeah, like right now it's 3 a.m. 3:30 in the morning.
To get up at 3 to be ready at 3:30, and then yikes.
I would have to get up at like 1. That would be nuts.
Such a clean.
If you were doing that, you just trade the New York afternoon and the early Asian session.
Right.
Call it a day. That's about it.
That's how I feel.
Such a clean bear flag on the 1 minute, but I don't want to take it right before the New York Open. Like this is.
Yeah, it's risky to take it right now.
Yep, I'm not gonna do that.
Drew says, just trade after going out to the bars in Hawaii.
Yeah, there you go.
Right away.
Get hungover.
Yikes. We think we might have talked about that last time. Have you ever traded under the influence, Tyler?
No, I don't think I've ever traded under the influence. I can't say that it's maybe never still been in my system the next morning, but that'd be about it.
Remember the Lewis Black quote about people from Wisconsin, and it's a whole rant about the drinking in Wisconsin. And he said, "Remember, you're not alcoholics. You're professionals.
That's what I like to hear.
Mhm.
All right, I'll take it. You know, the only time will be after the Packers beat the Vikings. I forget who said that in the chat, but usually after that, you gotta have a couple celebratory cold brews. So
I don't know. There's a couple times last year I needed a few extra beers to get through those games. But
yeah, when in Rome, right?
Yeah.
Never go TUI.
Nick,
Tyler, I was just texted by my fiance. She wants to know how many times you've been to the Brat Stop.
To what?
Stop.
You ever been to the Brat Stop there in Kenosha?
No.
In where?
Oh, now I feel like a phony. No, I have not been to the Brat.
Oh man,
A
it's the
phony.
In
greasiest
where, man?
little
Wait.
spoon in the wall.
I acoustically couldn't understand you. Like, where?
The Brat Stop. BRAT. Brats, as in the sausages you throw on a grill.
Yeah, but where is that?
It's in Kenosha.
Where's Kenosha?
That sounds like a different country.
Kenosha, there.
Kenosha. Where are
Hey,
you
don't
from?
miss your ding ding, Matt.
Oh, I won't. I can't get a big picture of it. I'm gonna get a big
I'm
picture.
not
when I
interrupting
put it
you
up.
this time.
All right, guys. So we are now about 40 minutes from the New York Open. I gotta find a big image of the.
40 minutes?
40 seconds, whatever. Come on.
It's like, dang. All right, we're trying to test VWAP here on both futures. Let's see.
Yeah, we really are.
Probably get a nice tap into them. Testing yesterday's high too on NASDAQ.
Just looked it up, Matt. No, I've never been there.
No, I wouldn't expect you.
that would be quite strange, but
All right, guys, we are ready for the New York Open today in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding, motherfuckers. Let's go.
Oh, interesting.
Let's go.
Right off VWAP at the Open.
3,300 on deck on ES. Oof.
This is nasty.
Jumping.
Nasty NASDAQ.
Nasty NASDAQ for sure. Let's see, 300 sticks here.
Wondering if NASDAQ has the juice to come for these stacked up relative equal lows down here around the 70s. We'll see. Holding opening price right now, though. Look at that jump. Oh.
Oh.
Where are we going?
If you figure it out, let us all know.
Yeah.
That would be such a sick superpower. Just see the market like 1 minute into the future.
Yeah, you'd be a billionaire in a couple of weeks. So,
Well, in a couple of days even.
yeah.
I'd buy your course.
Yeah, you'd be a billionaire because everybody's buying your course.
All right, I tried a long here at 306.75. I'm setting a stop right at break even. Honestly, I don't want this to go. All right, I just got stuffed out. That was way too quick. Barely was in that. I think I made like $50 on that trade. I'm trying. I want to see if they can hold this on ES. ES looks so much stronger than the NASDAQ. Now what I'll probably be looking for is taking that breakout of the highs on ES.
So at the 16 level?
Yeah.
17?
I think if this first candle holds VWAP, I think we look very, very good for a move back to session highs here.
Yeah, I just don't like where NASDAQ's not able to squeeze above its nines.
That's ugly. Like in the middle of this range. Having the open in the middle of this range is
Yeah, getting the selling coming in on NASDAQ here.
London low is sitting right there at 23,072 on NASDAQ. So 10 more points.
Nasty.
Nasty. This should hold. I hope.
Testing this trend line here on NASDAQ. Lots of sellers stepped in here at 63.10 on ES. Ooh, I think they want to dump this.
Once we take out these equal lows here at the 72 level, we will have a divergence here at the low with ES as well. So that is something that I'm looking for as well, to just kind of give me some validation on potential reversals, is when you see these two start to diverge with their structure.
So if we do take out the low here, Tyler, like what will be your move?
My my immediate thing would be to just look to see if we get a reaction off of the low, and if we can get back into this range above these lows, I would look to then play for upside probably. But if we displace through here with absolutely no reaction, then I think I have to scale out again and kind of just reassess and look where we might be drawing towards, which could be this Asia low as well. You see these stacked, just looking at kind of the sessions here. You see the PM session from yesterday, the Asia low from yesterday. Like, this is a very clean, just smooth, equal lows in the market that if we displace through here without any sensitivity, I think we could potentially see, 23,000 potentially on the NASDAQ.
Okay.
So it all depends how we react.
Interesting to see your trading style. That is so different. I like it. For someone who's not trading ICT.
I appreciate it. Oh, but hopefully that all makes sense, I guess. But that's just, I guess.
I do understand the concepts more or less, but it's always interesting to see it live in action,
Yeah. Basically just trying to identify what that draw on liquidity is, right? I think the simplest explanation of like ICT concepts, I think a lot of people try to make it sound really, really smart, but it's really just looking for max pain, or at least that's how I interpret it. I'm looking for like, where's max pain in the market? Where's those clean equal highs, equal lows that we can go and target? And the market is just looking to basically take money from people. So where is money situated in the market, right? So that's kind of the philosophy, if you will.
Yeah, it looks like we're trying to hold now. Trying.
Yeah. That London low was taken though. Went down to 65.
Trying to hold.
Question is, are we getting a move up now? That bear flag would have printed as well. The one at 9.27. What did you want to say, Tyler? Sorry.
No, you're good. My bad. I was just saying, if this gap holds, I would like to see lower. If we can get above this and create an inversion, to me, this looks like we're at least headed back for these internal highs, and then potentially another new high of day. Depending.
That gap is on the 5 minute, right?
I'm looking at the 1 minute here, actually.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah. Not in love with that close there.
True,
yeah, I don't like that either. I think we need to just get back above previous day high here at 23,100.
But we do still have VWAP above at 23,094.
Moe in the chat says, "Do not long."
Yeah.
and
I'm with you. I'm with you.
One comment above says long and chill. So yes, we really got to do that challenge where the chat takes the trade. Just gonna do a poll and the chat tells us what to do.
What was the bias in the chat today? Bullish or bearish? I can't see it for whatever reason.
Bias right now is 62% bullish, 21% bearish, and 17% other.
A lot of bulls. I feel like my chat on my stream has been bullish for 2 months straight without a single day being bearish at this point.
Hey, same here, actually. Literally, whenever we pull up the Tradeify TV poll to get the sentiment, mostly the bulls win.
Yeah.
Usually. London low is holding for now on NQ.
So you've got 20 minutes left on the hourly, roughly. It'll be interesting to see how this hourly ends up closing. If we end up closing back below the 8 a.m. opening price, that would be a good sign for lower on the hourly. But you could also see a world where this could wick all the way back up in the next 20 minutes.
A lot can
See.
happen in 20 minutes.
You were talking about quickies earlier. You're not kidding. So
Mhm.
I think it is with an IE though, by the way.
I told
It
you.
is. It is. I looked it up. It is.
All right, all right. Yeah, rub it in my face. Thank you, guys.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
We still love you, Nick.
Okay, thank you.
You're the one that caught the trade, so
Yeah.
Hey, actually, Matt, now I had to look it up myself. So both quickie with a Y and quickie with IE are acceptable spellings, with quickie with IE being the more common and widely used form, but both is correct.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your attention.
Okay, Donald.
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, we got our battle zone here, right at about from
Mhm.
the 80 to the 90 area.
Yeah, they got a lot of sellers at that 100 area.
Still early here. 9 minutes into the open only. Let's see. See if we just barcode up here for a little bit. Accumulate some orders.
Welcome to Tradeify TV, Tyler. Where the barcode happens every day.
Oh, is this where you come for the barcode?
Yes. This
Okay.
is it.
Barcode on tap.
And when you scan it, you just hear ding ding, motherfucker.
Imagine how
Like-
cool would that be?
I tried scalping that. It didn't work very well. This is like straight consolidation rain. ES is
Mhm.
just going. It really wants to go for it. NASDAQ just consolidating here.
Hey, Rusty Jones, congratulations. He won an account last week and passed it yesterday. Big
Very
double.
nice.
Get
Nice.
it to payout, man. We want to interview somebody who won an account and got to payout.
Ooh, ES getting a lot of buying pressure.
Yeah, if we can get this closure back above this structure and above this gap, may look to attempt a long here, stop near the low, and see if we can get price to trade towards the high. ES will take the high before NQ,
Mhm.
which I'll probably look to cover the trade at that point, but
This does look interesting for a long, yeah.
see if we can get a little bit of a...
Need to get
Quick
that
back
past
on
that
here.
100 to 105 level. 95 got taken out. Big buy there at 95.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Maybe on a pullback.
I just got that entry at 97, like
Oof,
wicked
good
right to
entry.
it.
Good entry. Nice.
Hesitate for a second, get left in the dust.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Welcome to trading NASDAQ.
All right, my target on this is going to be 120.
120. You're gonna get that.
Set my stop to 100.
Nice.
I'm just moving my stop here. I can share my screen, Drew, if you want to move to that. Right to 120. Wow.
There it is. Is it? On
Yeah.
my chart. Did you get your TP?
I didn't set it. I'm just trailing my stop.
Ah, okay.
110.
Nicey, Miriam. Nicey.
What was your fill on that?
Clear 120. 97.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, that was a baller entry.
See if ES can clear these highs here, because I think NASDAQ will too. Or NASDAQ will clear this 120 area and start moving to the upside. I have my stop sitting at 113.
I was being a dick for a tick there on that entry. and it's costing.
Yep. Can't do that.
Nope.
Yes, is stronger
dirty.
though.
It is,
Yes,
yes.
already
ES is
back at the
stronger.
highs.
I want to see
Mhm.
16 clear on ES, and then I'll start trailing really, really tightly on the NASDAQ. I'm going to move it to 120 now. That was my
Nice.
original target, so I'll leave it there.
Very
Yes,
nice.
get the
Congrats,
juice
Miriam.
here. Thank you. There we go. All right. Got stopped out on that. All right. ES still kind of struggling at this area here. Let's see if we can get the clear on ES. Nice bullish candle that we got there. Was there any sort of news backing up?
I didn't see any, no.
I think that was just the London low holding, honestly.
Honestly, that was a classic liquidity run. If on bookmark or bookmap, they just, I mean, it just ran through area after area. Now, some of those areas have relayered back in, especially down at 100. So what was an area of attraction to the upside now could be an area of attraction to the downside. So keep an eye on that.
Yes, it's trying to break out, trying to get that high.
Yeah, we might be consolidating here for another leg up.
Yeah. We have formed the 50-minute opening range now, so I'll mark that on the charts here for everybody. There we go.
I check news on the trade exchange, guys. That's what it's called, the trade exchange. 1E between trade and exchange. It's between 40 and 70 a month. You know, guys, again, I don't want to create subscription anxiety for anybody. You can curate a nice little Twitter feed, or there's a couple of Discord servers that have some free. This is just, I like having it handy. It's just a small browser app window in the corner. It has a squawk feature, which is nice, but I obviously don't have it on during the show.
Breakout of the 50-minute opening range could be nice.
Right at +1 standard dev here. Little overhead liquidity. If we get through 130, 50's on deck, I think, pretty quickly.
Yeah, we might try to get a retest to this 13 area on the NQ. And then ES, I wouldn't want to see it below like 314 if it does kind of come back for a retest here.
I'm taking a stab here at that 50-minute opening range break potential. I'm in 2950, top ticked so far.
No. What are you looking at, Tyler? Anything on your radar?
Yeah, I still have my limit set down in here. I just feel as if, even though ES has ran the high, I think that NQ is looking to play catch up with this. And overall, if you guys remember my kind of the beginning of the stream talking about my overall bias with the higher time frames, I just think that the divergence at the high is not going to be as reliable as divergences at the lows, being that we're respecting everything bullish on the higher time frame. So I'm waiting to see if we can get this limit picked up. If not, I want to at least see something. Like, I don't want to chase the long up here, me personally, but if that means I get left behind on this move to the high, then I get left behind. It is what it is. I did hesitate here on this entry, wanting to see a little bit more of a wick down, which was my fault. But
well, Matt says it all the time. It's better to wish that you were.
That's what he said that last time I was here too. I know.
Yeah.
I gotta get. I can't get left behind this many times in a row.
Let's see if we can push this through. I have my stop set at 1350. 16-point stop total.
It kind of looks like it wants to short. Oh, yeah, we need to get this push above for ES.
Yeah, ES really needs to break that high there. It wants to, it looks like.
Yeah. Kind of struggling.
Hey, that's actually funny. I realized I have my entry at almost the exact same place like I had my previous entry that I took during pre-market. Pre-market entry was at 31, and that entry now is at 29.50.
Nice. There's the push here on ES. Nice move on ES. Wow.
Nasdaq is trying to follow. I will move my stop fairly quickly though.
We might have room to 50 now.
Yeah, I will actually set my target at 50.
Macro will be getting here as well in the next 10 seconds, which is the last 10 minutes of the hour. So we'll see what kind of delivery we get here going into 10 a.m.
Nice. Yeah, good point.
I am moving this break even. Don't like how we're moving.
Right at that top trend line as well. See if ES gets this push here. Should move NASDAQ if we do.
Would be nice.
Crazy recovery here.
The ES is pushing nicely. Nasdaq just needs to follow.
We got some stellars at 21 here on ES.
Nasdaq is trying to push.
I think we might have room to these 50s on NASDAQ.
Yeah, let's see. I have my target at 50.
Yeah, that's what we have. I would almost move it to like 48 or 49. Just 'cause
I mean, 50 is the candle body of the 5-minute candle, which that's always where I set my targets. So
Nice.
stick to that. But I will move, like if we're up 15 points, I will move my stop into profit at 10 points. So
Nice.
that will be any time now.
Getting some
Actually.
buying pressure coming in here too. Nice.
Got my stop 10 points in profit now.
Yeah, what do we say? Look at the hourly. That wick back in the last. I mean, we still got 7 minutes left on the hourly too.
Keep your hit. Nice.
There you
Nice.
go. Nice trade.
Good job, Nick.
Thank you.
Getting buying pressure really stepping in here. These 50s got cleared.
Congrats, Joker. You had the same TP. Well done. Nice.
Now we just need to clear these basically pre-market high that we put in on NQ. Ooh. Nice push.
Are we going to take out the high on NQ? That's the question.
Looks strong.
Mm-hmm. Especially if ES keeps pushing like that.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, kind of looks like a possible double top here, but let's see. We got to get the push here on NASDAQ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ES well above that 315. That was a nice break of 315. Got about 6 minutes left until that 7 a.m. candle. Or 10 a.m. candle. I call it 7 because it's 7 over here.
Yeah, beautiful longs off these lows, man. Congrats to everybody that took those. Sheesh.
Miriam's entry was
I'm
crazy
FOMOing
good.
on that trade. I got in at 97.
Your 97 entry was beautiful.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No drawdown ever, just straight into profit.
Literally, those are the best. Yeah. Just a momentum move.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys ever use limit orders at all, or is it always like buy bid, sell the ask?
Very rarely.
I use limit orders. Yeah, I'll use
Yeah.
limit orders.
I very rarely use limit orders. I just market order.
That's kind of a debate in the trading space too, right? Some people hate limit orders; they don't believe in them at all. They're like, nope, never. And then other people are like,
I think it depends on the setup. For my setups, like I really need to see a strong push. Like for example, for a bull flag, right? I need to see a strong push in order to take the trade. And if price creeps up to where I would take the trade manually, and I would have a limit order up there, it wouldn't be a valid entry because that would not be my setup, you know? So
right.
I kind of have to use the market order button.
Yeah.
Or bull and bear flags. For other setups, I would sometimes also use limits.
Trying to get a rejection here on futures. See if they hold it.
Four minutes till the close of the hour. The question is, do we got the juice to see new all-time high again today? We got what, 70? I think we're 70 points off the all-time high, roughly.
Yeah, all-time high sitting at 222.
Yep. Ooh, I like that number.
Yeah, I know. Angel number.
Hey, I was just about to say, Marion is going to say, this is a nice angel number.
It is a good one. It's a good one. 222.
Nick, your Merriam impression is getting a lot better.
Yeah, so much better.
Working on it. Trying to be Marion.
You're always trying to be me, Nick.
Well, if I can have your P&Ls by being you, I'm signing up for it.
Oh, man. Let's see if we hold here. Trying to hold this trend line. Yes, right to that 315 area. Let's see. Do we make new highs?
EF22 asking TP hit equals marbles. I mean, yeah, but only if we get the stream to 571 likes. Okay, so if you haven't already, smash that like button, get it to 571 likes, and we are going to do another straight to funded 150k account giveaway. Okay, so better hit that like button if you haven't already. It's free.
It's a very random number there.
Gotta make it random, you know, otherwise we're predictable. We don't want to be predictable.
I like your style.
All right, let's see if we get this push through. Right now, so far, trying to reject. We might actually, yeah, if we can't push through this, I think we come back down to the 120s, possibly.
There's a lot of little spots of liquidity overhead. We could start running those if we get back above 55 into the 60 area, but we need we need the other side of those orders. We've seen price action running away from liquidity a lot this week, which is, nothing is 100%, of course, but that's been a little unusual to see.
Mm-hmm.
While we're waiting here, though, guys, Drew, if you want to pull up my screen really quickly. This is the Brat stop in Kenosha, Wisconsin, right? So there's the, and the inside is exactly what you would think it would be.
There you go. Yeah.
And I can tell you everything on there is at least 2,000 calories by itself, and it's all fucking fantastic.
Where is that? You said in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, that's up there in Kenosha.
Kenosha.
It's actually, as Drew said, it's basically halfway between Chicago and Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
It's right across the Illinois-Wisconsin border.
Yeah. Looks like home to me.
Yeah.
No, I've never been. I'm actually like 4 hours away from like the Milwaukee area.
Oh, okay. All right.
About hour and a half east of the Twin Cities. Across the old Mississippi.
The Mississippi.
Yeah, we're not too far from the Mississippi down here.
Grab my kayak and head down.
There you go.
We'll swim right to you.
Matt, what are you seeing on those Renkos?
So I was looking for a double top breakout here, but we got to get up to about 55 or higher for that. We just right now it just doesn't. I mean, let the market prove me wrong in 10 seconds here. It doesn't feel like we got the juice to get up there right now.
Yeah,
I feel like the more we dick around at this level, the more we need to go retest at least the -1 or +1 standard deviation band, if not VWAP itself.
Yeah, ES is pulling back as well. A little
big
bit.
buy though. I need to keep shit talking the markets. There's no way these markets can get any higher. No chance whatsoever. They will never get over 55. If it gets over 55, Nick will slap himself live on stream. So that cannot happen.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, how's that bus feel that's running over you right now?
Oh man.
Leah spent a week in Chicago, went up to, and that's what it's called, the Sears freaking Tower. I don't give a shit what name they put on the front. It's the Sears Tower. I don't even know what it is now. It was Willis, and then it's something else. But
I didn't even know they renamed it.
Yeah, like 15 years ago. Nobody changed the name. Everyone just keeps calling it the Sears Tower. So
there's the new high on NQ.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 10 a.m. open
Nick,
here.
Nick, you know what has to happen now. If you don't slap yourself on stream, it's not going to go any higher. There you go.
Oh, fuck, that actually hurt the last one.
We've talked about trading intoxicated, but never concussed.
Yeah. There we go. There's a nice breakout move.
Nice.
Goodness, man.
Wow. Feeling real FOMO after my entry. Wow.
Just running all that liquidity up there.
Wild.
Team Bulls, where are you at? Look at that. Come on.
We're always here.
God, I'm just waiting for some sort of, I've been waiting for a manipulation in this leg to participate. And I feel like it's just been very shallow. And then we just continue pumping. Can't chase. The last thing you want to do when you miss the entry down here is to then all of a sudden be chasing it up here and wish you'd, kicking yourself for doing that. So I'm not gonna let one mistake turn into two.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna do my darndest at least, Chad.
My darndest. I like it. See, we
nice push. I mean, the next significant level here is the 80s.
Yep.
Then the 200, and then the current year high. The all-time high.
I don't know why my book maps look so weird on my charts right now.
Here.
Can't even see those levels. It's just literally like a thick wall. I can't even see that.
PMPFX entered at VWAP. You're still in? Damn.
That's a nice trade.
Really nice trade.
You either have great strength to hold it that long, mental strength, or your internet went out.
Fair.
It's really hard for me to see these orders on bookmaps. They're just like clustered so tightly within each other.
Do we have to choose for an all-time high today? Can you actually get a poll on that, Drew? All-time high today, yes or no? Pull up a poll. I said 571 likes for the giveaway, right? We're sitting at 564. So 7 more likes, guys. And also, we just crossed 16,100 subscribers. So nice.
Wow.
Thank you guys thanks for all the new ones, first timers. Welcome to Tradeify TV.
Those are all brown animals. Is that sloth?
No, it's an otter, I think.
Oh, it's an otter.
Yeah.
Looks like a sloth.
That's like an otter laying on his back.
Yeah,
Actually, good time. It's actually a good time to raise some marbles. Because market is running out of juice. A little bit.
A little heavy here.
Yeah. All right, we got 595 likes. Let me set up a keyword here with Drew on the back end. For those of you who haven't liked the stream already, make sure to do so because that's a requirement for the entry in the giveaway.
Sloth father trading. I vote sloth.
Well, PMPFX, it seems like you implemented what you learned. If you're still holding that trade from VWAP, you had a similar
That's a
entry.
clean, and yeah, that was a clean
Similar entry
entry.
to Miriam, actually.
What's that?
He had a similar entry to you. 97-ish.
Yeah, 97.
That bull flag is looking nice again, but I don't trust it right below the 80s.
Yeah.
Can't just always go up.
Right at that
Oh,
midpoint.
but it does look nice. I really like that bull flag, not gonna lie. Anyways, for the marble race, guys, we're racing for a 150k straight to funded account again. Okay. As usual, you have to like the stream, you have to be subscribed to the channel, and once I drop the keyword, please only type it once, because if you type it more than once, you are gonna get disqualified by our bot, and we don't want that for you. Because, hey, getting a straight to funded 150k account is fucking awesome. So the keyword for this giveaway is, respecting NQ here, respecting ES, to the highs. One word, no spaces. Good luck, everybody.
To the highs. Good luck, guys.
To the highs. Do you do any giveaways on your channel, Tyler?
I do, yep. Give away
Do you also
2
marble
Tradeify
races, or
accounts
do you do
yesterday.
something different?
Dude,
than marble
you're gonna have to teach me the marble races. I actually,
Well, I have no idea. Ask Drew.
oh, someone should teach me, because no, I don't know how to do that.
I just know how to watch them.
That's true. I know how to do that as well.
And
If
participate.
he knew how to do them himself, we'd never get him on stream. He'd be like, "No, I'll be there in like
Yeah.
a minute. I'll be one more, just one more."
He's
Okay,
like itching for it.
The bull flag I mentioned before is invalidated now, so I don't have to. Well, actually, did I say marbles and it dropped again? Is that what happened? Just a
Yep.
quick question.
I'm looking to see if we hold this gap here that was left on the 2 and 3 minute. If we can hold this, I'm interested in participating, getting in the longs, and seeing if we get this continuation higher towards the all-time high here.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna go ahead and
157 was good. a good hold.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. We're respecting the gap. I'm gonna go stop below the current hourly low because I don't want to see this hourly candle flip back bearish and come back into the range. My whole idea here is based off of this continuation through these highs at this point. We're gonna give her a try here.
All right, now we need it even more to the highs. What would be your target on this? Like the all-time high, or
Towards the all-time highs, yeah. I mean,
you trailing your stop?
What's that?
Are you trailing your stop usually, or do you just have your TP and that's it?
Yeah, I will try to trail at sensible levels as we see price kind of continue and form. Like, for example, let's say we trade up. And then if we were to put another, fair value gap in, test that, and then respect off that, I would look to then move to that, right, and then kind of trail that way. Just expecting the order flow to continue.
Yeah, we need to clear this 80 area.
We're not far off the all-time high. We're only 50 points away.
Mm-hmm. We go, getting some buying coming in on ES.
So we got that breakthrough session highs there at about the 150 to 155. So for me, the next to see that next leg up, we need to push above. I think if we get above 175, we're probably heading to 200 pretty quickly. But that whole kind of the whole concept of things that I look at, whether it directly leads to traders or not, is those breakdowns or break up or break down, establish new short-term high, short-term low, and then a break of that higher low.
Mm-hmm.
So right about it, we'll call it 75 to 76. A push through there. I think we got some room to the upside.
Well, hands off the mouse for me. Wait and see now. Let it play.
Hey Drew, once we have 300 entries for the marble race, feel free to pull it up, and let's race. We're still gonna see Tyler's chart in the corner anyways, so you can observe his trade.
Yeah, let's get that thing fired up.
Let's hope the marbles don't tank the market today.
Oh yeah, you're saying this could be bad timing for me, huh?
Yeah, I mean, just probably you should just turn your monitor upside down. It should work.
I can do that.
Yeah, we need to hold this area here.
What's your position size on this, Tyler?
One mini. I'm risking 21 points, so it's about $400 risk on this.
Is that usually the size that you trade, the one mini?
Yeah, it depends on how volatile we are. If I can frame a stop loss that's 25 points or less, rough, that's generally what I'm looking to do.
Got it.
Oh, we're getting heavy on me. Market went to the broad stop here.
Yep. That's what it's good at.
Yeah, ran out on that one, boys and girls. No follow through.
All right, we'll cheer you up with a little marble race here.
Yeah, give me that.
All right, Drew, drop him.
Might be looking to take a trade here.
All right.
Let's see.
On ES or NQ?
Probably NQ.
Yeah, that's some mini golf type shit. Like it. Warren Buffett was in the lead for a brief moment, but he got he got exhausted. Jack Watts in the lead currently. This is for a straight, like 150K straight to funded account, guys. So let's see. The $500 plus value. Imagine.
Oh, wow, look at these things flying. That's a hilly ass course.
Imagine you type like one little keyword on YouTube and you win a price valued at like $500. That's crazy.
That'd be nice.
You made it happen because you got us to 16K subscribers. So thank you. Joker Joy in the lead. I know the 3 other jokers in the chat are going to be pissed about that. BJM Productions in the lead. Leslie 87 in the lead. Warren Buffett catching up again. Okay. 6 in the lead. What up, 6? Warren Buffett again taking over. Miriam in the lead. Hey, Miriam.
Not me.
Hey, Miriam actually won.
No way.
Miriam Abrar, she already
Oh my
won
gosh,
something
yeah.
like 2-3
Killing
weeks
it.
ago, 4 weeks ago maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So Miriam, congrats. You just won a 150K straight to funded account.
Wow.
Damn.
That was like, I think that was like 3
That is
3 accounts.
that is some big luck right there.
That's awesome.
3. She's won 3 times now.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's so used to it that the only thing she types in the chat is hello.
Hmm.
I love it. I know.
Like, hello, it's me
I
again.
noticed
You
that
know,
too. That's
you know
awesome.
me.
Hello.
It seems like Miriam is a really lucky name. You're just a winner if your name is Miriam, I guess.
Yeah.
Apparently. Start if you're thinking of baby names.
Yeah, Miriam, I don't have to tell you to add your email to the YouTube channel description because it should already be there.
Clearly, it is.
Let me double check just to make sure. It is. Nice. Congrats.
That's awesome. I love to see that.
Hey, Six,
Miriam-
don't blame that on me. You lost. You would have lost against Warren Buffett as well. So
Gabby says we know who Drew's favorite is. Like, let us find out this is Drew's girl. Like that.
Imagine.
or Drew, and he's now trading 3 150K straight to funded accounts.
I'm sure some of those clowns on YouTube that talk about, some of the in negative terms, all the various firms would be like scandal at Tradeify TV.
Yeah. Oh man.
And Davos, no, dude, you're not unlucky as hell. Like the thing is, if you win a marble race, you're lucky as hell. Everybody else just normal.
Yeah.
Chances are 1 to 300.
All right, I tried this long here at 52. My stop's gonna be pretty tight though. It's gonna be 47. So, oops, I meant to.
Let me guess, 9 EMA bounce on the 5 minute.
Yeah, but I don't like it if they start pushing it down here. Yep, they took my stop. Okay, nothing crazy. About a 200-point loss on that,
200 points.
or $200.
That's not
200
I
point.
say 200-point loss. If that's not a
Like,
big
where
deal, I
was
want to
your
know what your
entry?
liquidity
Like,
is.
I don't know about that. $200. $200.
Alright.
Yes, looking a little top heavy here. Anything you're looking at in particular, Tyler?
Yeah, just after this, looking for what's looking like an external range highs down to this. It's actually a balanced price range, which is basically overlapping inefficiencies or imbalances. So bearish imbalance, we disrespected it, formed a bullish imbalance over top. So this would be referred to as a balanced price range. So it looks like we're coming for at least this 15-minute low here on the NASDAQ, and then maybe then still look for, like I said, I just don't want to fade the higher time frame bias and short this, which is why I was even willing to take the long that I did up here at these highs. I mean, in hindsight, it's easy for me to look at this and be like, well, you should have caught this trade, which I would never have taken this trade if had I caught this one. But I am, that's just being honest. That is part of being a trader, and
Yeah.
it is what it is at this point. But at this point, just reassessing and not trying to like just flip my bias and throw it out the window just because, I took a try long here and got stopped out. So
Yeah.
waiting for this and then concede to maybe re-engage.
Yeah, let's see. We're testing the 9 here on both futures.
So, Tyler, before we kind of play off here in the next few minutes, tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, I am I'm Tyler Trades on all social medias. So makes it real easy.
Nice.
But Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. If anybody's into TikToking. That's where I'm at.
Tickety talks. We like it. Well, awesome. Yeah, make sure you guys go and follow Tyler on all his socials. And we're excited to have you back again. I know we will. So in the
I'm looking forward to
meantime,
being back.
in the meantime, you got some homework. You got to go try that brat spot, whatever it's called.
He says it's
Let
gonna be
us
a
know
bit
how
of
it
a
is.
drive for him now. So
Well, I was gonna say that. Yeah, that's got to be added to the list here before summer ends at some point. So we'll
definitely
get it knocked off the bucket list.
I love it.
But
I love it.
no, I appreciate you guys for having me on as always, and looking forward to being back again soon for Redemption.
Awesome. Great.
all right, well, great to have you as always. So that's Tyler Trades again. You can find him on YouTube, Twitter, and apparently TikTok. Because
It's also pinned. It's also pinned at the top of the chat here, guys.
absolutely. So go give him a follow on YouTube, and we will have him back very soon. Thanks again, Tyler.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Tyler.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thanks. All right.
Alrighty. Yeah, we're trying to push this down here. ES is coming back.
Yeah, ES is
NASDAQ
trying.
is coming back.
We need ES to hold this 315 area. Otherwise, we could start seeing VWAP and previous day high. Let's see. Really trying to hold. Really trying to hold.
It's been a lot of good battles on the charts today.
For me, that price action today is so much better than yesterday. Yesterday was a bit too fast, honestly.
Yeah, yesterday was rough.
I like the moves today. Coming up to the 50-minute opening range high.
Ooh.
Sitting right there at 29. I could see a move down to VWAP, but I would expect it to hold that. Previous week high and opening range high and VWAP sitting all there.
Yep. Yes, really, really holding on, trying to hold on to 315. So tough. Man, it is. It looks like it's just holding on by a thread.
Yeah.
We're now tapped into the 50-minute opening range. Do you think it's going to hold, Miriam?
It looks like it's trying. It really looks like it's trying. Let me see. We have 313 buyers sitting. So yeah, possibly. I might even try along here on ES with a really, really tight stop, like literally right below that wick at 313. All right.
Jesse Roner, how do you guys avoid silly mistakes? I accidentally traded minis instead of micros and blew an account before payout. Dude, sorry to hear. Happened to me before.
I've done that too many times.
Yeah, the best thing you can do, honestly, is like, I really like to read through my trading rules before I start trading. And right below my trading rules, I have a quick checklist, just a quick checklist that reads, make sure you're at the right position size, in the right contracts, and you have the right time frames on, like all these things, right? Just make a little checklist, and then before you start trading, go through that checklist, and then you're 100% sure.
Cool trades. Yeah, I took a trade yesterday, ended up being a red on the Tradeify account. I've taken a bunch of trades in my personal account, and I'm actually working on a couple of funded accounts as well. I post a lot of that stuff on Twitter, although I'm a couple days behind. I don't feel the need to I'm not working as an affiliate or anything, so I don't feel the need to post a lot of that stuff every single day. But usually once or twice a week, I'll post the last few days. So you can feel free to give me a follow over there. Actually, we haven't put our Twitters in the or in Instas or anything in for a while, so we can drop those in.
True.
Starting to get some selling coming in here. See if ES can clear this 11 area.
Oh, look at that. We get good bot.
That was awesome that we have that.
Yeah, speaking of that bot, Drew, I actually adjusted my Instagram. I'll send it to you. You can put it in the bot. Twitter is still Nick M Trades.
Ooh, does ES hold VWAP here? Let's see.
Yes, weaker than NQ now.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. Very similar, actually.
Trying to hold previous day high here on ES.
Yeah, and previous week high on NQ. Sitting right at VWAP.
Oh, yeah. 310 is going to be key as well.
Li traded you. How high up do you think we are here? Making changes to. We're just three schmucks who do a show. If you think we're in if you think Brett and Vinny are calling us like, oh, we're gonna do this. I mean, actually, they are great about keeping us in the loop about a lot of things. But yeah, that's. Also, guys, I've seen a few every day. We do get a couple of support type questions. Highly encourage you to check out the FAQ and support on the website. If you really need help, I encourage you to go join the Tradeify Discord and reach out to somebody there, one of the moderators. They might not be able to directly solve your issue, but they can direct you to somebody who can. We are very highly regarded as far as our support in this industry, and I know that's something our leadership team takes very, very seriously. So. Yeah, you're in good hands. We just gotta get you there.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if we get this bounce here. Nice levels of confluence here on ES for a potential bounce. We have VWAP, we have previous day high, and we have this 310 area. So I mean, the reaction that we're getting is expected, but let's see if we can actually start moving back up to this 315 level.
That is a nice bounce.
Yep. There it is. Trying to hold. There was some sellers sitting at 317, but those seem to have gone away now. So we might even blast through that. I mean, 317 is kind of sitting where the 9 EMA is as well. And this was the pre-market high as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything you guys are looking at in this particular moment?
No, I mean, no, not really. I'm waiting for price too.
There's no real edge in the liquidity either. We've got some above, some below. It's nothing that's really exciting. I think we're just we're getting towards the end of the opening hour. I think we're just kind of settled in and gearing up for whatever the next move would be. I mean, again, you know me, I'm going to assume it's to the upside, but we may need a couple of candles here, or we could break out on this one. That's fine.
Or that works too.
Above 50, I think we got a pretty straight shot back towards highs, but we got to get through the well, there's not actually much liquidity at 50. It's sort of at 55 and 65. 100 contract order up there about 63-ish.
I see that one too.
I have not seen that movie. I don't know that I've heard of it, which is unusual because I watch a lot of movies.
Also unusual that your answer is that long. I would expect it a no.
Yeah. No.
Well, guys, we are waiting in the background for Coach Tank to pop in. So it is a Tank Thursday. So I don't know if he's got anything prepared or if he's going to take some Q&A, but regardless, get your pens and paper ready.
Oh, yeah. All right, reaching these 50s here. Trying to get the move up. These sellers kind of keep stepping in here. So if anyone's in a long, just watch for these 50s. ES also kind of struggling at its 9 EMA here to clear. See if we get the juice.
The juice.
The juice.
Hmm. Let's see.
There it is. Trying. 62 is on deck.
Are you still in that long?
No. I wish.
Well,
That would have been a nice entry though, that VWAP
would.
retest.
it would have been a nice entry.
Wow. We are trying to move here. This level has actually been a pretty key level that we need to clear here at the 58s, 60 area.
Oh shit, Coach Tank in the background. Damn.
He has arrived.
We're open more buttons.
Let's start like this.
I got it.
Yeah, I meant you, Matt. Exactly. Thank you.
But now he's going to come out all buttoned up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, apparently, Coach Tank, the chat can already hear you. The stream can hear
Oh
you.
wow.
Okay, all right. Well, then I don't think we need to waste any time, guys. It is
That's
Thursday.
fair.
It is 10:30 on the East Coast, which means it is time for Coach Tank to drop some wisdom on us. Everybody, a little golf claps. Let's bring Tank onto the stream here.
Hey.
I think Drew needs some time to connect the camera. Oh no, he doesn't.
There he
because
is.
he's
There he is.
He's on top of
master at
it.
this.
What's
What's
up,
up, Hank?
Coach?
Morning, everybody. Hope you're well.
Yeah. How are
We
you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very pleasant start to my day. It's 3:30 here in the afternoon, but
Oh,
I actually spent the day cleaning my barbecue. If I'm being honest with you.
That's that boy. That you could be just another dude from the Midwest. Here.
There we go.
My neighbor was cleaning his earlier, so yeah, we're good.
Yeah, well, we had a big barbecue yesterday, so there was stuff everywhere.
Did our invites get
but,
lost in the mail? What the fuck?
Just a little lunchtime, just a sort of
okay,
middle of the
alright.
day barbecue with some friends. Yeah. And then yesterday I actually went to the theatre to watch The Great Gatsby in the
oh,
West End.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. To be fair, I didn't know anything about Great Gatsby. I hadn't read the book. I hadn't watched the film. But yeah, brilliant musical.
You
God,
should
we were
watch the
required
film.
to read
So
that in
good.
middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the film with DiCaprio, Nick.
Yeah. The film is fantastic.
I heard it's a good one. So does he sing in it? I can't imagine he sings.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Is it
it's very-
I don't know that the Leonardo DiCaprio one is a musical. I
can't imagine so. No.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, brilliant theatre show. But yeah, always good to switch off. Okay, I've spoken that many times. Guys, try and get away from markets. Try and get away from talking about markets. Try and get away from all these sort of stresses that are associated to markets, and
Mm-hmm.
get yourself out of the frame. I used to have a ban actually on, when we sort of used to go for beers in the city on a Friday, and a Thursday, and sometimes a Wednesday. But when we went for beers, I used to say, nobody talked to me about markets, because I didn't want that to sort of overlap and sort of integrate itself into my off time. So I think it's important that, if you're going to go out and have a chat with some mates, that, we're not talking about markets, we're not thinking strategies, we're just switching off, relaxing, resetting. So yeah, it's a really good thing to take some time. And, Nick goes for runs. Matt, what do you do to switch off? What's your get away from charts, get away from markets kind of go to?
Oh man, I mean, it depends on the time of day. Sometimes I'll pull up a quick game of Madden. Sometimes I'll go cut the grass, walk the dog. A lot of just get away from the screens themselves. I get completely what you're saying. Or sometimes I run out to the Blackstone and throw some meat on it.
That's nice.
Yeah. No. What about you, Miriam? Is it just hot girl walks?
Not always. Yeah, honestly, I'll try to be creating some trading content for my personal stuff. That's not necessarily getting myself out of trading, but it's at least getting myself off the charts. And yeah, just doing some leisurely reading, I would say, spending time with my hubby.
Yeah, that's brilliant. It's probably good that I assume your husband isn't involved in financial markets, because it's good to have partners that don't talk to you about markets in that sense. Otherwise, you're going to be talking about it post work, during work, pre-work.
Yeah.
You guys can talk about other stuff, I assume.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because he's actually trying to get into trading now. So he has an engineering background. So I'm like, I feel like you would kill it in the markets. Somehow I feel like the engineers just they do well. I don't know if you had that experience.
Yeah, I guess there's more of a systematic approach. Like I said, an investment bank came to my university looking for engineers and scientists. None of us had ever learned anything about economics, but they just knew that we had a kind of just systematic way of thinking about things, which is applicable to charts, obviously.
Right, yeah.
You would be pretty good at something like that if you can park emotions. But it's really good to talk about other things with your partners. I never understood. My brother's a doctor. He's married to a doctor, and all they do is doctor all day, then come home and then talk about what they were doing doctoring all day.
Same with my parents, actually. Exactly the same.
Enough to talk about medicine and doctoring and everything they've done throughout the day, and even in the evening, that's all they're talking about. It's very strange. Doctors are very different like that.
Yeah, they're built different. For sure.
But they also spend so much time doing it, like there is nothing else.
Maybe they have no other hobbies, you're right. Oh my God, they come home and play Operation together. I can just imagine. But really
normal day.
Really good to separate. So yeah, it's important that we have a bit of time off. Morning everybody. Hope you're well. Mansub, hello Machang. Honai. Yes, we got a Sri Lankan on the chat. Very good. Good afternoon everyone. Yeah, brilliant. I mean, I think what I want to talk about today, a lot of people have been sort of struggling with a consistent, systematic approach to trading data. And I've noticed that a lot of people like to trade data because there's quick impulsive moves. Everybody likes fast impulsive moves because everyone sort of attributes fast impulsive moves to quick, easy money. It's not always the case. I'll start this whole session on data trading because I'm going to go through a few examples that I've been looking at from early this morning in the UK. So actually starting with Aussie data, early doors, and then actually your US data that came out 1:30 here in England. But obviously that's early doors where you guys are. But I will start by saying, like I said, one of the traders that I worked with the longest, who was my boss, he said that his best ever trading day ever was trading non-farm payrolls data. Okay, US data. Non-farm payrolls was his best ever single day.
Oh, wow.
However, he said that over his 22-year trading career, he is certain that he's down on non-farm payrolls day. Okay, by a country mile. He's down on every first Friday of the month. He's down. He's certain of that. He's got his statistics. But his best ever day was non-farm payrolls. And unfortunately, what that's done is it's kept him coming back for more. Okay, so he hasn't been able to sort of objectively analyze that and say, you know what, his name's Duncan. You know what, Duncan, park that, because over 22 years, you are considerably down on non-farm payrolls. But the fact that it was his best ever trading day, it was like it was basically like a half a year's wages kind of day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he keeps coming back to it, you know, which is crazy.
Like little DJ.
So you've really got to try, yeah, you know, so you've really got to try and, I think basically if he smashed it again on on-farm payrolls day, he's retiring. So I think that's kind of what's in the back of his mind. But you've got to really objectively look at your data trading strategy and really work out in black and white if it's making you money or if it's losing you money, or if the only thing you're gaining from it is the thrill. Okay, so please be aware of that, because a lot of people love trading data because every now and then the market throws them a bone and they get a big win. But if you look at the numbers, crunch the numbers, often you might find that a data trading strategy isn't worth it, because over 500 data trading 500 data sets, you're down. So please keep the statistics when you trade data. Don't just trade them and then forget about them and just remember the wins. Please keep the statistics, because often what you'll find is your statistics of trading data should be separated to your normal trading statistics. Okay, you should have them separately so you can objectively analyze them and say, right, trading data is not working as a system, or it is working. Okay, but please have that bit of information separated. So what we'll look at, I'll just, were you guys trading the data today? I wasn't on the stream that early, actually.
No, well, Nick took a trade, but it was after the data news,
Nice.
I believe.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let me just share my screen. Display. Right, another thing I'm going to do is briefly recap and have a look at a previous bit of analysis. Now, the reason being is that I've always said to you, I think you can learn from every trade you take, certainly, but also every bit of analysis that you've done. And the reason being is you can kind of identify whether that analysis was correct or not. And if it's correct, then it should add to your sort of bank of knowledge, and it should help you get better in future. So the idea here is, you can see my chart now, hopefully. It's the FTSE trade that we looked at the other day. Now, I spoke about trading through. Okay, so the example was to trade through the level where my target was and continue down. Now, I just want to put this little replay back to here. Actually, yeah, let's put the replay back to here. So we spoke about trading through, and the reason being is, you know, if you trade through a target and you want to try and manually manage it with a stop loss, you move your target away, but you don't just have a throwaway target completely. It's probably worth having a technical level as well in mind. And here was the 15-minute. I know it's 15-minute again because it's purple. Remember, I color coordinate. Any purple line is 15, any 1 hour line is blue, and every 5-minute line is pink. So I had this level in, you can see that 1, 2, 3. And that was the level that if we're going to manage this, you know, we're going into the evening, we're going into this US session here. FTSE cash shuts at 5 here in the UK. So the idea was if you were going to go down to there and then call it a day. And now what I wanted to do is recap this chart and recap this analysis to work out, okay, Asanka, is this level relevant, or was it actually gobbledygook? You know, what's the relevance of it? Let's have a look so we can add to our sort of information bank. If I play it, this is what you're going to see. The market, he says, yep, the market retraced back up to that hourly level, and it made its way down. It made its way down, faffed around a little bit, doubled attempt. So this hourly level proving to be rather relevant at this point. Okay, the hourly level made its way down, still trying. And look at what happened throughout. Can we go a bit quicker?
Oh.
Yeah, let's go a bit quicker. Oh, actually, no, it's fine. Hopefully you can all see this. Sorry if it's a little bit slow. You only get ×1 or ×3, which is a bit irritating. Fine, let's go ×3. Okay, and as you can see, this market did something like that. So the point I'm trying to make here is this 15-minute level has proven to be relevant, because look, all that time has expired and the market came down. And when it did hit this level that we thought to be support, level of demand, we saw that the market did pop off it. So it's important to understand that yes, in future, if I am going to do something in future, I must take those points that are previous into consideration, because lo and behold, they did turn out to be relevant. So it's just me trying to understand and gain experience. I wasn't in that trade. Okay, that wasn't a trade. That was just the market. It was something that we had assumed based on our analysis. And all I was trying to do was confirm whether that analysis was correct or not. I wasn't in a trade. It was just trying to confirm the validity of my analysis. And we managed to get that confirmation here with the market respecting that level again. And all I'm doing is going back, like I said, and just giving myself a tick. So that analysis, that sort of logical level was relevant. Okay, so that's all we're doing, so that in the future we're more confident in making those decisions, because we've seen that actually, yeah, it worked in that manner. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show just there with that FTSE trade. Even post the trade, guys, go back and have a look, because you can learn from so much. You can learn from just levels and see whether they were respected, because you can use that information going forwards. That's all we're trying to do in this game, really. Cool. Second thing, that's all that was with regards to FTSE. I would like to show you a little bit of data that came out early morning where I am, where you are. Not entirely sure what I can probably put the US, where are we? That will do me Eastern time. Something like that, I think, isn't it? So yeah, something like that. So that's your timescale. So here we can see you had your data come out. And oh, the Aussie data. Gosh. And your time frame, I just realized it's going to be Wednesday night, isn't it? So US Aussie data for us, a big thing overnight. Now, obviously, it's not going to affect the stock market, but I just wanted to explain to you a straddle trading option here. So in a forex market, but the technicals are exactly the same. So we had Aussie employment, a big piece of data, Aussie employment. Okay, it's always going to be red employment data, and here you can see massive miss. Okay, huge miss on the employment change. Huge miss on the unemployment rate. So obviously considerably bad data for the Australian dollar, and you can see that came up in red. Okay, very simple piece of data. Now the idea is, and I will do probably on a Thursday, and a more technical Thursday. That's what we can call it, by the way. We can call it Tank Tuesdays and Technical Thursdays if you want. Because I'm going to do a lot more technical stuff on Thursdays, and I'm going to look a lot into essentially understanding macroeconomic data and fundamental data and their real impacts on the market, and things that are very obvious, things that are not so obvious, and things that blur the waters. Because a lot of things just murky the water, whereby we're swimming blind. So we just don't want to be in the water in that situation. So it's understanding the data that's relatively clean and clear, data that can throw us a dummy pass, and the data that really murkies the water so that we end up guessing. So understanding those data sets and how they affect markets is really important. But I'm going to have a quick look here at Aussie yen. Okay, so Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. It's very simple. So our data came out here in the UK. Here in the UK, the data came out overnight. I'm going to get into my 5-minute chart. Sorry, bear with me a sec.
No worries.
I just realized what happened. I've been playing with all these things with my replay button. Replay button's a pain in the butt, but it's useful if you use it properly.
Yes.
So yeah.
I agree with that.
So here's the replay. Here's the data. Okay. So we knew the data came out poorly. This was quite simply the move on Aussie, and the idea was identifying again. Data came out there. So identifying again from this bit of information where you want to enter the market, and where you want to place a stop loss and what you should realistically be targeting. So I'm in a 5-minute chart here. And if this data came out really positive for the Aussie, or for the Australian market, then we'll expect that to go through the top. So that would be my buy entry essentially. If I wanted to go short, I didn't quite have that candle because that was the previous one. So we didn't have that, but we had something like this as just a low. So that would be my entry. And then to the top side, if we had positive data and this thing came out quite strong, we're looking at it's a big piece of data. So we're looking for a relatively big move. So for me, rather than going all the way up to these highs, I'd rather be a little bit conservative and take something like that. So here. So my long option on the data, so data's coming out in 1 minute. And we're basically, obviously it's very early in the morning, but I know lots of traders that do get up, they set alarms to trade data because they have data trading strategies, and it means that they can't miss big bits of data. And where I live in the UK, when you get Aussie and Kiwi data, it's usually early mornings, 2:30 in the morning. This data came out from Australia. For you guys, it would be 9:30 p.m. The previous day. So something like this for my long, and then for my short, again, just finding parameters, and I'm just looking at this low here. Again, it's a big piece of data, so you should expect it to move rather drastically, as long as it's relatively large distance away from the assumed value. Okay, it's all about the difference between the forecast and the actual. Remember, you don't care too much about the previous. It's all about the difference between the forecast and the actual. And then something through here to the bottom. Again, very simply, I have to use a low to enter. I can't just put an entry order anywhere. So I pop it down there. Stop loss has to be behind a previous high, ideally. So we're doing something like this. My target is this low, but again, remember, identify the level, trim the fat. I don't know if you do, but I always cut fat off bacon. I'm certain Nick cuts his fat off bacon.
That's like the whole piece. You're cutting off the whole piece of bacon at that point.
Actually, I realized when I came to the US for the first time that US bacon and UK bacon's very, 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 very different.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very different concept.
I don't eat bacon, so I don't know, but
But yeah, I use that example of sort of trimming the fat. So identify the level, trim the fat. So this will be a target, for instance. And it's a very simple setup, okay? You've got a 1.3, we've got a 1.36, conservative, but the data is going to do the work for us here, okay? We've done our preparation. We've done all this on the build up. So 5 minutes before, you saw how quickly it was to just go bam, 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 level, level, level. And then the idea is, I'm going to put this, normal speed. And then the idea is I play this through, data comes out. We're in the 5-minute chart, bam, straight through the bottom. You've caught it. You might got a bit of slippage, probably not, because there's a little bit of distance. On its way. And we came down to that level that we thought was relevant, just below it, just above it, sorry, target hit. And now this is what's important as well, to just show you the relevance of a smart target. The R in smart is realistic, by the way. Okay, smart targets. Is that something you hear about in the US, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have the same thing, same acronym, smart targets. Yeah, M is measured, R is realistic. This is a measured, realistic target, and you can see how the market did bounce off it completely. Okay, so it's really important that even if you're using data to get you somewhere, you're still being relatively conservative, but conservative within the realms of the actual asset, the chart that you're trading. There was a clear and obvious relevant low here. So it would have been a little bit daft of me to have targeted well beyond that. So I targeted within that. You can see that there. So the data does the work for you. However, you do need to put in some, hi everybody, you do need to put in some technical measures, okay? The idea is you place the technicals and the fundamental is the driver, but don't assume it's going to be simple as that you're going to just be able to buy or sell with the click of a button. You're better off placing orders, and the reason being, you'll be caught at the earliest price, and also it just removes all that sort of feeling when you're watching data coming out and you're thinking, should I, shouldn't I, should I, and you tend to get in at the wrong, you tend to pick the bottom or the wrong way and so on. So be aware of that. That was my Aussie data. And finally, we're going to talk about your US data. Okay, you had some good US data coming out today. just going to put this back to my time frame because it's kind of messy. EMT. Okay. So today's data, US data for me, 130. Yeah. Okay, guys, you can print this off, by the way. I'm going to do a big session, like I said, on data trading. And I think these are sorts of things that you should print off at the start of the week. Okay, we always talked about this was always a thing that you'd see in on any trading floor. People would know absolutely every important piece of data to their trading, and they would always be at their desk at it if they needed to be. Okay, if they were in positions they had to manage, if they were thinking about trading that data, they'd always make sure they're at their desk. Everybody knew when their data was coming out. Okay, so it's important, I think, that you do something like this. You can filter out. This is just a very, very simple teaching for me, a teaching calendar. It's very, very simple, but all you need to do is just filter out the height that the high impact. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's just keep the high impact data, for instance. I'm left with this for a Thursday. If I did that for the whole week, this week, apply the settings. This is the week, from Monday. So I know all the high impact data sets that are coming out throughout the week, and they will affect your markets, even though you're trading stock markets, indexes. Okay, this US data will affect Aussie data, probably not. US data, Canadian data certainly will. So be aware of that. Very simple, and you can just take a screenshot of that. You can take a printout of it, keep it on your desk. I know a friend of mine would rather print it out and keep it on his desk next to him. Some people put it as their screensaver, as their background on their PC. On one of their screens, one of their backgrounds is just simply the week's calendar. So they're always aware of it. Yeah, it's very simple. And so you should never be blindsided by a piece of data that was scheduled. Okay, if you get blindsided by a piece of data that's been in the calendar for a fucking year, then you've got issues. Okay, things that come out randomly, like random speeches, Trumpleton, these kind of things, the Fed might automatically, randomly come out and say something. US Fed don't usually do that, but certain countries do. They come out with some unscheduled information. Then that can get you in the backside. But if it's scheduled macroeconomic data, you should never be blindsided by that, because it just shows you've not done your due diligence. Okay, so please be aware of that. Very, very simple. So our US data today for me came out 130, and you can see there it was positive retail sales. Okay, now there's a few things that there's a few ways in which you can interpret this information. The simplest, largest is this good or bad for the for the US economy? Anyone in the chat? Is this good or bad for the US economy? Does it show that the US economy is in a good place or a bad place? Just put a Y or a good or bad if you don't mind. I can't see the chat particularly, but just put a good or bad. Is anyone even listening? Oh, I forgot, it's delayed, isn't it?
Yes, you're delayed a few seconds at least. Yeah.
I thought I was just getting blanked for 30 seconds.
You're like, wait a minute. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, so obviously it's good, isn't it? Okay, so it's good. Okay, if there's retail sales, there's difference between core retail sales and retail sales, by the way. It's just ones without car sales, without automotive sales, and ones with. Okay, but the idea is we're looking at retail sales, and that obviously leads on to jobs. Okay, if people are buying, stimulating the economy is doing well. Unemployment claims, again, that was a positive number. Okay, there's fewer people claiming unemployment. That's a good thing. So generally, we're looking at healthy US economy. Okay, that's all that data is suggesting, healthy US economy. Now, the way you can look at that is, okay, that should be good for maybe the US dollar. It should be good for US stock markets, because people are thinking, right, let's get involved with the US stock market because it's healthy, so people want to invest in it. The phrase that you might often have heard of is risk on, risk off. Is that something that's often discussed here, guys? Risk on, risk off?
Yeah, we'll talk about risk off on our trades usually when we slide to break even, is sort of a general term, but yes.
Okay, so I don't mean per trade. I mean sort of on a global scale. There's a phrase which is risk on and risk off, and all it kind of means is if the economy is in a good place, and if economic health is high, then people are happy to invest into slightly riskier assets. Okay, so that's a risk-on situation where you get good US data. People are happy to invest in the US stock market. Stocks are actually risky, by the way. You might not realize it, but they are slightly risky.
Are they?
And so the idea is a risk-on situation is where there's economic health and people might look to put money into riskier assets that might reward them a little bit more, such as the stock market. So when we see good US data, it should suggest a good economy, which suggests a risk-on environment, which suggests the US stock market should go up. Now, if people are looking at putting risk on, that means that they're going to take away from safe haven assets, because you can have something called risk off. Okay, and that's where you have a not so good economy. And if the economy is not doing so well, then people want to put money into safe haven assets. So assets that do well when the economy is in a bit of turmoil. Can you think of probably one of the number one assets that does well when economies are not doing so well?
Alcohol.
Gold.
Yeah, gold. Of course, the Swiss man said gold. Check his basement. And so, absolutely, gold. Yeah, gold is the number one risk-off asset, and the main reason being, if world societies, if global economies went to shit, we're going to go back to trading with our gold reserves, like in cowboy days. Okay, so countries' gold reserves, and the Swiss have a lot of gold, but the country and the US also have a great deal of gold. The UK have gold. One of my friends worked at the Bank of England. Well, I had a few friends at the Bank of England. Has a lot of gold bars at the Bank of England. They also store gold, UK's gold, around the country, not just in the Bank of England. So gold, physical gold reserves, really, really important. And that's what people go to in a risk-off situation. So if we're risk-on with good data, it's the opposite of risk-off, which means people are going to take money away from gold. So what do you expect gold to have done on this data? Can anybody think of it? What did gold do on this data? Should it have gone up or down? Let's take a look. Because I think it's clear that trading these assets on the data this morning, you know, you didn't get too much of a move. There wasn't a great deal going on. Happened again. Getting stuck by this. Leave me alone.
Internal chats with Tank.
In the meantime, all-time highs incoming on NQ.
Yeah, they're pumping, aren't they? Again, like we said, you know, it was very good data. So it does show a healthy US economy. And yeah, you expect this to pop to the top side. So the data actually came out in you know, in NQ, for instance. The data actually came out here. Didn't do a great deal, but when the market opened, it did obviously considerably better. And so it showed you that there was an opportunity for a buy. How? Just look at your levels again, guys. Okay, just place your levels in. 1, 2, 3. We then came down here at the open, and at the open, we popped straight up, failed at that level at the open, and then straight off it, the way up. Now, what's interesting is that when you see retail sales, yes, it's good for stock markets. There are better things. There are more things that are better for things like NQ than retail sales in the world. When you see retail sales, we're talking about an unemployment rates. We're talking about the everyman in the US. Yeah, not the big tech companies. So I don't know. Do you guys look at the Russell? Is it something that you're looking at often?
Not really. No.
Yeah, I check it in the morning usually, just to kind of see on the 1 hour.
Okay, because it's really interesting, because if you have a look at the move on NQ compared to the move on Russell, these are both 5-minute charts, by the way. Okay, so this was the data. This was the data coming out here. Yep, and then this was the open here. You can see that big move at 230. Now compare that to NQ. This was the data. It popped a little bit on the data. We came all the way back down before the open, whereas the Russell just kept going. Okay, so it's really interesting because trading opens could be seen as trading data sets. And again, Russell gave you such a lovely opportunity if you wanted to trade the US Open on the Russell, because we had the data come out positive. We know that it's a risk-on situation, so people are going to be putting money fundamentally into US markets. We know that there are bigger drivers of the US tech, the NASDAQ. There's bigger drivers than just retail sales and unemployment rates. That's really going to affect the working companies, and that's why we're talking smaller companies. That's why we're talking about things like the Russell. Really, really different kind of impact, because it's a different kind of basket of companies, as I'm sure you're all aware. But the idea is this had such a profound positive impact on the Russell, a tiny little pullback, which presented you with a perfect opportunity to have bought through this high with a stop loss below that low. Okay, and if I go into the 1 minute chart like that, we would have seen that just before you would have got entered, this would have popped through the bottom, so you wouldn't have got stopped out. Okay, the point I'm making here is that you only got entered post that little tail down here, so you wouldn't have got stopped out. It made a little syringe, stop loss was there, and again, really, really simple option would have been something like that. Fundamentally, we're looking positive. We're looking for a bigger move on the Russell than the other three. Okay, and that's what you would have got. And you can see there, I mean, in terms of a target, we need to pop ourselves back into something like this for a target. And if we look at a nice level, obviously that's a bit extreme. I mean, we may well go there still. Okay, Russell can move. It moves rather well. But for me, I was looking at something like this. Okay, if you're wondering, these are 15-minute levels. So you see I need to then make them purple. Why? So that I know when I'm in any other time frame that these were relevant in the 15. So they're purple. Here, okay, if you're not too sure the relevance of this level, why I chose it, hopefully you'll see here. We had this. We had that break and retest. We had this failure, and then it did break it to the downside, but it retested it. Okay, so break of a level means a level is no longer relevant. A retest is a nod to say, you know what, actually there is some relevance there. So that would have been a nice, happy target, 15-minute level. Go back to my 5, which is what we're looking to execute in on the open, and you would have had something like this. So trading the open on the back of the data that came an hour before, and look at the markets in combination, okay, off the data, and then post the open, NASDAQ did 0.42%. If we look at the Russell from the data on the back of the open, Russell did, use the ruler. Ruler's a really good function, by the way, on this, did more than double. Okay, so it's really important that you kind of understand. You're really lucky, guys. You have 1, 2, 3, you have NQ, you have the NASDAQ, you have the Russell, you have the Dow Jones, and you have the S&P. So you should be comparing these. You should be, I think that's what we spoke about, Nick, about you with, if you're looking at maybe branching out, open up your basket, is maybe, using them to help you with each other's decisions. And the idea is in this instance, with a bit of data like that, going back in history, it's going to affect the Russell in the short term greater than the other three. Bit of retail sales data, and as you can see there, Russell would have been the choice of trade on the open today. Opposite to that, if you wanted to trade the data set itself, obviously none of these would have been a good option because the move was so minor. Only post open was the move relevant, and it was gold. Okay, so here's my example on gold. If I take it back, I'm going to use a little replay function here. If I take it back to just before the data came out, again, data trading strategy. This level, it's an hourly level. How do I know that? Because it's blue. That's exactly why I color coordinate. And you can see here, I obtained this target from this information here. Let me make that bigger. This information here, and I'm going back a little bit further than you might realize, but I'm taking this as relevant as well, all the way to the left here. Okay, this level stopped this sell off. Okay, all the way down. So for me, it's good there. Here we broke and retested it. Broke it here, but broke and retested it. Little cluster here before it broke, fine. Broke, retested it, tested it again before selling off. And then most recent interaction was a break and a retest. So it's back on my books. Okay, if the most recent interaction was a break, then it's not relevant to me, but it broke, retested it. There's a nod to say, yes, I'm still relevant on the hourly chart. So it's in blue, that level's in play. I then go to the 5 minute, because I think when you're trading data, 5 minutes is probably a healthy time frame to be in when you're trading data. I then wanted to look for a potential target to the top side, or entries first. Entry for the short through this 5 minute low here. So here we're talking 1:25 in the afternoon here. So you're 8:25. Okay, so 5 minutes before the data comes out. So here we can see we had a low. So our entry in the 5 minute was through there. Stop loss just above the previous little high. So for me, the short opportunity in gold would have been through here. Remember, we're only looking in short gold if we found ourselves in a risk on situation. Okay, because risk on means people are going to move money away from safe haven assets, put them into riskier assets on the back of a healthy economy. So good data would have been risk on, so short gold. If we had bad data, then it would have been a risk off. People would move away from riskier assets like the stock market and move it into things like gold, Japanese yen, or NIX Swiss franc. Okay, so the idea is in this instance, we got a risk on situation, and therefore we're looking for short. But you need to set yourself both ways. Okay, you can choose to go just one way or the other. Okay, we can say, you know what, this market looked like it was trending down for now, so I'm only going to place the short order only if we get good data, and I'm going to put the positive order, the long, only on the US stock markets if we get good data. So you're kind of straddling but two different assets, if that makes sense. Yeah, short gold or long Russell in my instance. And so the long option here, if you wanted to properly straddle this market, would have been long through this little high. Yeah, it's a little bit relevant, 1-2 bumps. And I took a 15-minute target up here. Again, how do I know it's 15? It's in purple, so I know it's a 15-minute level. It's relevant also on the 5, you can see that there. And then you just pop a stop loss below the low. Okay, and you set that up and you leave it. And you say, okay, data's coming out in 5 minutes. Let's sit and wait, make sure everything's relevant, and then we kind of just let this thing play out. And as you can see here, as soon as the data came out, it flew down to this 1 hour level. Okay, so again, it was positive data. That means it's not good for gold futures because people are looking to move money from safe havens into riskier assets just as stock markets. Okay, but this is the idea. This is how you can, systematically and tactically trade data or trade opens. Okay, I don't think it's a good option to just find every bit of data and just jump in when it's a big piece of news, or if it's a massive miss, or so on and so forth. I think what you want to do is premeditate. So have all your levels set up calmly and objectively before the data, and then say, if this data comes out in this manner, I would like this to do here. So I put my order in. If it comes out in this manner, then the market should go here. So I'll put an order here. But again, smart targets. I've got a level in. I can't remember what happened after this on gold. Lo and behold, look what happened at the 1 hour target. Yes. So the market respected it. Okay, so it's safe to say the market respected that target. So again, it's a 1.36, which isn't massive. It's not your retirement trade, guys. Don't try and think like that, please. But it's relatively easy money because entry, stop, target, based on technicals. Understand the fundamentals that are going to drive your data, because at the end of the day, they are fundamentally driven. It's macroeconomic data. And all I'm looking to do is work out the relevance of gold, the relevance of our US stock markets with regards to US data. Okay, so US data quite clearly can affect gold as much as it can affect our US stock markets as well. Yeah, that's what we got on the data from on Russell, but on the open, Look at the positive sentiment on Russell. I mean, it's where are we now? I think we got that big sell-off. How do I go to the end? Okay, that's the end.
That replay feature can be kind of tricky.
Okay, cool. So here we go. So this was our level. Okay, we had a potential T2, which is this high up here on Russell. Okay, that was my initial target on Russell. You can see that there. There was a T2, which is the next 15 minute, and we're somewhere flirting with it now. But also, I'm a strong believer that don't think that, in my opinion, something like a retail sales is not going to drive the market for more than an hour, a few hours, a couple of hours, or an hour max. Okay, retail sales data is big, but it's not that big. Okay, where things that are going to drive something for a whole session or a whole day, or even a whole week. You know, we're talking interest rates, we're talking Fed here, we're talking CPI stuff. So big data, big tier one data. Retail sales is known as tier one data, but it's not big enough to move the market for that long a period of time. So I'd suggest, and I think that's what you're looking at. You're looking at shorts, weren't you? Some of you were looking at taking this down already. Market's positive on the back of this. I mean, all-time highs in what, Nick? All-time highs.
Right now, we're sitting at a new all-time high.
Yeah.
It's at 23,244.
Lovely. So
Nice
we've got
push.
all-time highs here. We haven't got all-time highs in the Dow. Okay, so quite clearly the market respected the all-time highs.
Or ES.
Really respect. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So ES. Oh yeah, we're just flirting with it round about there, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's really good to understand, team. All of you understand where your markets are in relation to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can overlay on this. Okay, I often overlay. You can add another market on, another market on. I think you can get up to 3 if you've purchased, if you pay for it or something, and understand where they are in relation. So this is not at all-time highs. Nasdaq is at all-time highs. Russell nowhere near all-time highs. Clean everything up. Look at the Russell, nowhere near all-time highs, and the Dow Jones has recently sold off all-time highs. I say recently, early July. So it's important to understand where everything is in relation to each other, because then you understand what's really being driven. And as you can see here, Nasdaq now is off to the races. But that was a little bit I just wanted to do on trading data, because I feel it. By the way, just color coordination. I'm on a daily chart now, so I know I'll just ask you, Miriam. Miriam, how relevant are these pink lines to me in a daily chart?
I'm trying to see your chart right now.
Ah,
You said how relevant are they?
yeah, I'm on a daily chart now.
Well, it depends. What are you looking for in terms of? Are you a
I mean,
swing trader?
No. So these pink lines. Remember, my pink lines were identified on a 5-minute chart. So now that I'm on a daily chart, none of these lines are relevant.
Got it.
So that's why I color coordinate, because I know that all of these lines were done on a 15, the purple, the 2 pinks were on the 5, and the blue was on the hourly. And now I'm on a daily chart. Those lines are not relevant to me in the slightest. And that's why I color coordinate, because now once I go into the 15-minute chart, I know that on the 15-minute, the purple and the blue lines are relevant, but the pink lines are not relevant. You can see that's clearly not relevant. The pink lines are not relevant to me on a 15-minute time frame because they're smaller than my current observation time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I get onto the 5-minute, all 3 colors are relevant. Yeah. So my purple on the 15 is relevant. My hourly down here is relevant. My 5 minutes are relevant. Okay, so I think it's important to understand, what time frames are relevant to you when you're looking in different observation time frames. And when I was just checking on the daily for the all-time highs and whatnot, basically all those levels are rendered. irrelevant. Yeah, there's no relevance to them on this time frame. So it's just a good way to understand which levels are relevant on which time frames. It's just a bit of color coordination. Like I said, I do that so that I know. I think I've kept those same colors for about 8 years. Yeah,
Wow.
8 years. And like I said, the reason is because they work on black screens as perfectly well as they're visible on black screens as they are on white screens. But yeah, it's a very, very simple method. And now, basically, I need to do some gardening. Okay, so we've often spoken about that. If I'm just coming back to my gold, to gold now, for instance, I can clearly see that this level now that I thought was relevant, we failed at it, great, but then we broke through it, so it's no longer relevant. So I call it gardening. Just go through and say, right, we don't need that anymore. This is off the books, that's off the books. This middle pink level, clearly a clear and obvious break of that. So market doesn't care about that anymore. I'm going to keep the hourly level because it has been respected. Okay, I think it's safe to say, if I go in the hourly, yeah, it's safe to say that that hourly level that we thought was going to be relevant was indeed relevant. So that can remain. But as it stands, the 15-minute is still intact, so that can remain. So all we need to do now is have a little look across and just rechart and say, right, we're in the 5-minute. Is this relevant? Looks relevant to me. Yep, so if you have a look just here, this kind of region here where the market failed, anything to the left, a little bit to the left, okay, a little bit here, broke it here, smashed it here, but then the break, retest, and this big failure here. It's 5 minutes, so I pop it in pink, and we have something like that. So again, we can come back out, we can rechart, we can use the same chart here. We've just got to clean it up. It looks like there's a bit of relevance here. Market failed, broke it, but look at that, a test, and we're testing that. So if you were thinking now, just level to level, if you're thinking now about continuing along here on gold or even going short, I've already got 2 potential entry levels, here. And if I go to the long, I've got a level up here. If I go for a short, ideally I had a level in closer vicinity. That's not relevant, I'm afraid. This one, maybe we might say this down here to the short side, relevant. Tested it, broke, failed, broke, retested and off. Just check to the left, see if there's anything else that might render that level relevant. And here you can see that pink level I just stuck in. Look at that test, bang on it here.
Nice.
It's a while ago, but it's still relevant. And here to the left. Okay, so there's enough evidence for me to keep that 5-minute level in. Therefore, we now have our current price, a level to trade through and a level to trade to the long side. Current price, a level to trade through and a level to trade to the downside. Okay, and that's all you need to do. You need to set up this framework so that we're not guessing, we're not assuming, we're not hoping, we are thinking. Yeah, I said there's a big difference between whether you think something's going to happen or whether you hope something's going to happen. Okay, so all I'm saying is, okay, I think if we break through here, then market should go to there. As simple as that. But think about your fundamentals. Think about what's really driving the market at this current moment. Understand, as Nick said, understand why NQ is up where it is, why it's popped so high, so well, and then continue doing your analysis that way. But straddle trading, guys, I don't think it's dangerous. I think it can be done rather well if you take a systematic approach. If you understand what's really driving the market and which market will be most affected positively or negatively, if you make sure you have objective entry levels, if you have realistic targets, so smart targets, don't try and retire on one piece of data. Okay, that's not the smart way to go about it. The smart way to look at it is with very little analysis. The impulsive move brought to you by the data is going to hopefully give you a relatively easy win. Not a big win, but the benefit is that it's an easy win and relatively quick. Okay, so the idea is you can hedge yourself to some extent. Like I said, I could have gone long in, only gone long in one, gone short in the other, or done a straddle on one asset alone. But I like to pick and choose. So I was looking to go short only on gold for a risk on situation, or long on Russell. Okay, does that make any sense? Is that something that you guys are doing, straddle trading?
I haven't done straddle trading in a while, but it's really interesting. Yeah, seeing
Yeah,
it.
it is interesting. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
personally.
yeah, it's quite interesting because it's also something that I don't know how many people in the chat or how much you guys program, but it's quite easy to like program something like this to identify the previous 15-minute high, 15-minute low, entry above, entry below, and then take it to a sort of manually identified target to the top and bottom. But a lot of people straddle trade, but they do it systematically, and a lot of people stay away from it as well, because for them it's a little bit too gambly and it can be addictive. So I know a lot of people that just stay away from data. They make sure that they're away from their desks. What I would suggest you do is have a different strategy for trading data or the open as you would trade in normally. Yeah, so you saw how I trade normally. I showed you guys that, I think, last week or early this week. There was quite a lot of confirmation. I'm looking for multiple indicators suggesting to do something, and I'm taking the most conservative entry. Whereas this is a slightly more different approach, but it's a whole different system. Yeah, it's a whole different race. We're talking about racing 5 kilometers, being a 100-meter sprinter versus being a 5-kilometer runner. They're two very different disciplines. So make sure you have your strategies set up and everything's predetermined. You have a plan. The idea is that when you're trading, guys, you're not coming in winging it. It's not the Wild West. We need to really sort of have a plan before we get into the mix. Otherwise, it's really, really difficult to sort of make these decisions off the cuff. Okay, you're gonna more than likely cock up. So with data trading, it's exactly the same. Yeah, don't manually enter. Put orders in. If they get entered, they get entered. You've got a smart target in place. You've got a stop loss in place. The only thing that's risky is you get a bit of slippage sometimes. Therefore, your risk could be bigger. So it might be worth you understanding that issue and then starting with a smaller risk in the first place. Yeah, okay. But it's a relatively simple strategy for data trading. And yeah, I know you guys like to trade data or the opens. Yeah, like I said, we got positive data, 130 here on Russell. Russell then made a little pop, pulled back, and then we flew through the top with a great stop loss in place. Interestingly to see, was the target that we failed at relevant? Remember, my target was a little bit lower. This is where we are right now. We're just flirting with this high. Are we going to make the high? Probably. Yeah, there's probably enough behind that to take us to this little high back here. Very simple trade. But Russell, for me, over the others. Okay, NQ has gone. I'm calling it NQ now. You guys call it NQ. Someone was calling it NAS the other day on the show, weren't they?
NAS. Yeah, I believe so. I forgot who it was.
Yesterday, I think that chap was referring to it as NAS. So I've always ever called it NASDAQ in my life. But yeah, NQ. There you go. But hope that's useful, guys. Just a little bit on straddle trading, okay? And, understanding that you still enter through a level, you still try and target a level, and you still place a stop loss behind a level as you normally would. However, everything's a little bit tighter, and the main driver is the data, and usually things happen quickly. So you need to get everything prepared beforehand, like making a stir fry. Yeah, when you cook a stir fry, anyone will tell you chop everything up beforehand, you get everything done beforehand, because when you're cooking your stir fry, everything needs to be ready and bam, 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 off you go. Yeah, hopefully that makes a bit of sense. So you use this strategy for major news. Mainly interest rate decisions, IT trade. Funny names here, aren't but the idea is for me, often it would be interest rate decisions. Yeah, understanding. For me, I prefer seeing what central banks are up to. But I did come from an FX background, so we had to understand. I had to know who every head of every major central bank was, and the committees as well. And I had to understand if they were doves or hawks, and I had to understand the balance. So when you come from an FX basis, it's important that you kind of take all of this into consideration. But it's also very relevant to the stock markets, because stocks are often driven by this data as well. So I think understanding it in entirety is quite useful. Coach Tank, we need a transcript of that strategy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll do it maybe in a little bit more detail on a Thursday with a few more slides, because I'm creating some slides. I'm creating a package. I'm creating 25 different masterclasses for Tradeify actually, and the idea is I'm not just barbecuing all day, and so the idea is
that's a noble pursuit as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And there's nothing more satisfying. I was going to say there's nothing more satisfying than marinating meat, but
Well,
that's an awful thing to say out loud.
Yeah.
But the idea is we're looking to create maybe 25 masterclasses on certain topics, and those will be taught to our live traders in a group facility, in a group sort of environment. But I'm going to sort of do a thinned out version of them on Technical Thursday. So the idea is on a Thursday, we'll do a little bit more technical stuff. I just did that. So yeah, a little bit more technical stuff on a Thursday, which I'm then also going to do in a lot more detail for the live traders in their group sessions. But I have 25 topics. They're split up between psychology, technical, fundamental, and risk. So those are the topics. And once I've put together those slides, then we'll be able to sort of do that in a bit more detail. And these are all recorded. So you asked for a transcript, but these are all recorded, guys. So go back and, I go back. Okay, I've done this a few times only, and I still go back and I have a look and I see how often I tilt my head and I see how often I swear and I check a lot of things. Okay, so you can go back and check as well. Okay, I think it's important.
All right. Well,
Right.
boy, that's
Right.
I every time you come in here, I think, wow, he's not gonna outdo himself from last time. But boy, you really do.
Oh, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Again, I'm sort of bouncing off everything that I've heard from live traders. I had a session today, and again, someone was talking about trading the data, and I sort of just made me think. Actually, I'll do a session on trading data then. In that case, and straddle trading and trading opens, because clearly a lot of people have it on the back of their mind that you see big market moves. And so a lot of things that I talk about on these sessions are fueled by the live traders and you guys that are trading. So I'll try and keep it relevant. I'll try and keep it rather concise, because I'll be honest, I used to give lectures for 3 hours on straddle trading. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Live lectures in lecture halls on straddle trading. So we can go into maybe 100 more different parameters and aspects of this, but I'm not going to. So hopefully it's relevant, guys. If you didn't get it all, like I said, go back and listen again, because I take the time to go back and listen to try and improve. So I'm sure you guys can.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, we certainly appreciate your time as always, Tank. It's been another full week
pleasure.
of knowledge dropped from you. Somebody's asking, what are your socials? I knew you just popped up an Instagram. You want to give that out?
I have a post. I've got a talking head. Not plural yet, but we're gonna get there.
Time out. You have an Instagram. You put meat on grills. That's literally all you need.
Yeah.
You don't know what to post. It's like, oh, I'm about to throw something on the grill. Post it. That's half my Twitter feed.
Oh wow, that sounds great.
Turn it into a lesson.
Yeah.
Just creating a chimichurri. But so it's Trading Coach Tank, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Trading.
Yeah, see, you put a steak on there, and you can tell. See, you pull it off. It's just, this is perfect. You put it back on. The trade is overdone, and so is your steak. At this point, it might as well just be in the garbage.
There you go. That's a perfect time. But I think that's it. So trading Coach Tank, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about on that channel. I'm going to be talking a little bit about reflection of my sessions. Okay, so the sessions that I've had with traders and main takeaways, and I think it'll be relevant to a lot of people, because it is, like I said, live traders, guys that have passed a lot of sims, have had a lot of payouts, are live but still have a few issues every now and then. So that's the main thing I'm going to be talking about. I'll talk a little bit about the markets, but not a great deal, because I don't like to do that without visuals. So generally it's going to be little tips, understanding little things that might affect you and how to sort of accommodate them and get over them. Yeah, so that's the idea from the channel. Nice. And I'm going to do it around. I've decided I'm not going to do it just from one spot. So I'm going to be sort of moving around and taking those little videos, those little clips.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that makes
Nice.
sense.
All
So
right.
make
Yeah.
sure you
Yes.
guys go follow Coach Tank on his Instagram, and we'll watch you marinate and cook meat as well.
I'm not going to. I'm definitely not. I'm not going to do that because all I wear is an apron. So I'm saying.
I definitely want to get what your best marinade recipe and what meat you put it on. So I'll expect that on Instagram.
Fair enough. Brilliant.
All right,
All right,
thanks
everybody.
again,
Well,
Coach
I'll wrap
Tank.
it up there.
Have a
Thanks a
great.
lot.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'll wrap it up there. But thanks a lot, guys. Again, great stream. It's always a pleasure watching you three. So. Keep
All
up
right,
the
let's
good
get some
work.
tanks in the
Thank you.
chat for Tank. We appreciate another week of his insights, and we'll be back on with him on Tuesday. Thanks again, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Brilliant.
Tank.
Thank you. Take care. Yes, Franya, I did go as well, just to let you know. Just answering Franya's question there. I did. Yeah. But I'll speak to you later, guys. Have a great one. We'll catch up.
Have a good
Thanks,
one.
Tank.
See you, Coach.
Shut up. Bye.
All right, so Nick, Miriam, why don't you guys talk about what's been going on in the markets for the last hour? Then we'll circle back to me. I'll talk about a couple of learning techniques that I use for things like Coach Tank. So take it away. New all-time highs.
Let's do it. Yeah, new all-time highs here. We've actually been pumping pretty nicely while Coach was talking. And usually when Coach Tank comes on, the market tanks, but not today. And we're now consolidating, forming a nice bull flag on the 5 and 1 minute on NQ. So I'm looking to take another long here if we break that. But hey, let's see what happens. And Miriam,
Yeah.
anything you see on ES?
Yes, still not able to make new all-time highs here. You can see the NASDAQ obviously made that all-time high at 244. If I just go to the 1 hour here, you guys can see we made a nice wick above. It kind of, so far, it kind of looks on the 1 hour. Obviously, we're not even, we're 25 minutes away from closing this 1 hour, but I would hope that we actually find acceptance above this previous all-time high. Otherwise, this could look ugly on the time frame here that we're looking at, because if we just make a little look above and fail here, then we could start making our way back down. We need to find acceptance above 222 and then possibly push up into the 300s. We'll see. We have some sellers sitting at the 250 area, kind of about right where we got to this 244 level. But yeah, ES, ES kind of still just grinding its way back up. Of course, all-time highs are sitting at the 343 level. Yeah, and call it 343. We're still at this 330 level, I would call it, that we still need to break above, but we have room to this 333, and then another 10 points above that is all-time highs. So let's see if we can clear this. We still haven't reached this supply zone sitting in the 1 hour, so we still have room. But ES is like slowly grinding up. I think NASDAQ's it's feeling a little exhausted, but it's kind of holding this bull flag here on the 15 minutes. So let's see if we can find acceptance back up above this 222 area and then break all-time highs possibly to the 60s and then 300. Let's see. We still have a lot of day left.
We do, and this likely, I'll say this, and again, maybe the markets can make me look dumb. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. But I feel like this is a day that maybe we get a half hour, 40 minutes here or there of a little consolidation. But when you make all-time highs, you either need to pull back to reload for the next all-time highs, or just keep charging right through. So far, we've been mostly charging through, although we are a little consolidation mode here, but we're really not pulling back much. 220 is holding. I think 250 could be on deck if we want to make a run up there at it. A little liquidity on the board up at 240 and 250, a little bit down, a little closer to 200. So let's see what the next move is. Guys, just want to take 30 seconds here and tell you really quickly. I try to say this at least once a week after Tank talks. And guys, like, I know, like, I can tell you this because I've given them hour to hour and a half long talks on like trading psychology and things like. I get it, right? Like, it really is 10 times more important to listen to one of those than it is anybody describing their strategy. And I know there's people that roll their eyes every time I say that. I can tell you 100% that that's true. Strategies, and I mean, there's a lot of great strategies out there. There's a lot of great teachers of strategies. We've had a lot of different strategies featured on this show. You could learn the ins and outs, ups and downs, sideways, whatever of them. If you're not right in the head mentally to trade, whether again chaos outside of your trading life or just inability to manage trades based on any sort of mental hiccups, right? The you need that. You can trade as a break-even trader with a mediocre strategy and a good mindset, but with a great strategy and a terrible mindset, you're not gonna make a dime. And I can tell you that because I've been there before. But make sure, guys, when Tank is talking, again, you have your notepad and your pen, and you write like the high level things, you know, some of the or any questions that you may have, whether you ask them in the chat or not. Then go back and watch it again. Watch it in 10-minute segments. So Coach was with us for about an hour, so 6 10-minute segments, and write more detailed notes. Okay, and then about half the questions you ask in that first, you're going to answer them yourself, right? Then what you do is you go type those notes up. So you've now interacted with your notes on 2 separate occasions. It's, I believe, you're 70% more likely. This comes from my mom, who's a teacher for 40-some years. 70% more likely to retain that knowledge. If I know it's high. I'm pretty sure it's in the 70s, but much more likely to retain that information than you are just listening to it. So if you're really serious about this, is not as a take 1 or 2 payouts and pat yourself on the back and scream all over social media, but if you're serious about this as a career and a life-changing career, which it is, you got to put in the work, and these are the things that you need to do. So end of rant.
Nice. Yeah, I keep forgetting you come from a history of teachers yourself, but
I do. Yeah. A lot of
That's really
education, a lot of coaching, education, the whole 9 up and down through the family. So
I love it.
Nice. Yeah, actually, guys, also we do want to do another 150k straight to fund a giveaway, another marble race. Not now, but in maybe the next 20-30 minutes or so. But we need to
top of the hour.
We need to hit a new like goal here. We're currently sitting at 721. Let's get this at least to 777, that angel number for Miriam. Okay, so 777 for another 150k straight to fund a giveaway.
Oh yeah, we're not too far from there.
Nope.
777, baby.
777. We are getting that breakout now on that bull flag.
Yeah, it looks clean so far. ES also still getting the juice. ES kind of barely had a pullback there. It's just kind of been holding the 9 so far.
I am long from 23 to 31.75.
Nice.
Looking at this more like a quick scalp, honestly.
250s on deck. I think if we clear 250, you have a nice shot. Honestly, might even be 300. Might take a while, but
yeah, let's see. I wouldn't want to hold it.
Tanner, don't misunderstand what I was saying. No, definitely, Pat. You get your first payout, pat yourself on the back. Go buy your favorite candy bar to celebrate, or something like that, or a bottle of your favorite booze. Right, something small. Don't blow the whole thing on a gift. But go find something to sell. No, I'm mainly talking about the people that blast it all over social media. Like, again, I saw a post the other day saying I made $70,000. Well, it was copy trading 20 accounts and they were evals. Like, that's not 70K going into your bank account, right? So just take it all with a grain of salt. But no, as far as if you get your first payout with Tradeify, guys, we want to hear about it. Put it on the the chat. We want to hear about it. We want to celebrate. If you pass your first eval with Tradeify, we want to hear about that as well. So we don't throw parties for little things, but we sell it. We take a moment and we say, hey, good job, right? And then we get back to work.
Yep. There's that 44, guys. I think 50's on deck here.
I did move my stop to 10 points in profit because this is the all-time high.
That's awesome.
I did get stopped out though, so quick scalpy, as Mary would call it.
It just sounds so much different when you say it.
Right? Sounds a bit lame when I say it.
I was gonna say unmanly, but whatever.
Oh Lord. Yes, right into that 333 high here. Let's see if we can clear this supply zone. We did get the nice volume juice that pushed through. I think 50 is on deck on on NASDAQ. Otherwise, we just get another double top, and that's not looking too good. We made a slight high at 245.
Yeah. All-time highs are tricky. Like we either blast them or we just reject them, which is why I like to move my stop pretty close. Yeah, me too, Vola. I was hoping for a bigger push. But hey, we'll take 10 points when we can take 10 points. I'm fine with that.
Nice. I think we might get it here.
Yeah.
They might try to push it here.
It looks like it.
I think if we hold like 34 and get another leg up, we'll make the move to 50.
Let's see. By the way, guys, I'll just leave this open here, this visual trade, because I want to see how it would have played out if I held. I like to do that sometimes just to visualize and learn something for myself as well.
You got in at 31?
Yeah, my entry was 31.75.
Nice.
Pretty much at the candle close of that 1 minute here, when we had the clean push out.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so far seeming like a little bit of a double top. So still need to hold this 222 area at minimum. But right now kind of fighting at this 34. So let's see. ES right, yeah, right into that supply zone. Let's see the 1 hour on ES. Yeah, right into that area, man. Need another leg up here on ES. NASDAQ holding that 34 level. See if we can get a move up here. I think if we get the volume here, we'll go to 50. And then clear those orders at 50.
Miriam, did you scalp in the background today, or did you just take way less trades than usual?
I have been trading my personal account, yeah. So I don't usually mention when I'm trading, like when I'm scalping my personal accounts. I don't mention that to you guys.
I was thinking this looks way too good for Miriam to not be taking any trades.
Yeah, no, I've been scalping these.
Nice.
Yeah, like I had a previous entry of that 222. I'm just holding runners right now in my personal, but yeah, I want that 250. I would like for that 250, but
250.
Tree fitty.
250.
350 would be great.
350.
Massive.
No, 350. Tree fitty.
Tree fitty. Tree fitty. Let's see. Moment of truth.
Somebody in the chat will get it.
Sorry, Matt. We're too young.
Man, not on this one. No, you're not.
That's always the excuse.
I really want to see if they're gonna break this. Looks like they kind of want to.
I'm actually done for today because I just caught myself thinking, hey, I just need 5 more points to be at 1,000 for today.
Oh no.
I'm done.
That's when you start to like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
I'm out. That's a real dark red flag. I'm not taking any trades anymore, guys, today. I'm fully out.
All right. Well, good to know. Yeah, they need to get the juice here. We need a little bit of a volume push. They might tap it. There it is, getting some volume.
There it is.
Oh, there it was.
Scoopy, scoopy, scalpy, scalpy, juicy, juicy.
Wait, you have your target at 50, right? You say?
I would like 50, yeah.
Okay.
I want
you
to
have
see
a hard
the
TP, or are you gonna move your stop?
Sorry?
You have a hard TP, or do you move your stop?
No, my stop is at break even. I still didn't even move it.
Okay, nice. Vola trades. Just do it. Imagine those 4 figures instead of a measly 3.
Yeah. Come
Yeah,
on,
man.
Nick. You won't.
Got no balls, huh?
I'm like just instigating here in the background.
Nope, I'm out. I'm not taking any trades anymore.
Oh man. Bad influence over here. It's like that Kermit meme. It's like, do it.
Do it. Oh man.
My take profit is at 23,299. We're not too far away from that, honestly. If you hold it, we could get there today.
Who knows? Nice, Drew. Drew just messaged me, said he locked my P&L. Now I can't change my mind. So you see my P&L locked in the upper right corner of the stream.
Nice. That's funny.
So tomorrow, guys, and we're not done today yet, but tomorrow, big day on the show. We are welcoming T-Trades to the stream for the first time. Hopefully not the last, but the first time. I'm really, really excited to. I've been watching some of his stuff the last couple of days, and boy, he's just so systematic. Like, does not deviate from his system ever.
That's awesome.
It's guys, do definitely pay attention. I'm not 100% sure on the time yet, but just be here when the stream starts, and you won't miss him.
Facts.
I'm excited to interview. Yeah, I'm excited to interview him. It's gonna be fun. Maybe we'll get a face reveal. Who knows?
You guys in the chat are hilarious. Oh man. Show Drew who's boss and prove him wrong. Nope.
Don't want to touch that. Don't want to touch that. With Drew, I don't know. It's the quiet ones for sure.
Yeah,
Always the quiet ones.
he's just not going to let me in tomorrow when T-Trades is on.
There's no chance. There's
banned
no
from the
chance Drew
stream.
does not have a body somewhere that we know about.
Drew's like he's like a Dexter. Just like super calm and collected.
I don't
but-
know. No, I think he's got a little edge to him. I think he's just it's indiscriminate. I'm not sure he's just seeking out bad people. I think he's just.
Hey, wait a second. Vola, that's actually a great idea. That way I don't have to take another trade. I'm sticking to my rules and Drew is just trading my account. So Drew, what are we doing here? Are you going long, short? Tell me. You're going to get the remaining $85. Come on. Just a 5-point move.
Imagine. Drew makes the winning trade.
Imagine all the people living in harmony. Oh, I'm surprised you got that. That's a little. I thought you were a little young for that one, Miriam.
Here we go.
These damn kids.
These darn kids.
Few, how many more likes for giveaway? I'm calling my mother to like the stream right now. We're sitting at 743. The like goal is 777. And then we're going to do another marble race for a 150k straight to funded account. Let's go.
Let's go.
So 3 150k straight to funded accounts today, guys. That is, imagine what's going to happen when we're at 20k subscribers.
Oof.
Brett and Lil Nicky are going to go crazy. There's going to be like, you get an account, and you get an account, and you get an account. Miriam,
there's orders at 50.
There's your 50.
Trying. There's still those
Almost.
sellers sitting there.
What about tree fitty?
I think
Free
it's
accounts
after
for everyone in
we
chat.
got
Yeah, Tony, way to try to will that one into existence, but I don't know about all that.
one. Everyone gets an account.
Yeah, this isn't Oprah.
Well, when we got Oprah, we also got Dr. Phil.
No.
Yeah,
There we
thanks,
go.
Oprah.
Yeah,
Didn't she give us Dr. Oz too?
I think so. Yeah, sounds about right. That guy's interesting too.
Free account for all subscribers. Wow.
Isn't it interesting? Now, Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, and Dr. Drew were all like just staples of the 90s, and like they all like hawk like alternative medicine pills and shit now.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Something like
you're
that.
my age, you literally like came of age in high school listening to Loveline, Dr. Drew, Adam Carolla, whether it was on MTV or it was on a lot of radio stations. Like that's how my generation fell asleep, right? we learned a lot from that show.
Oh my god.
But it was all like, you know, it was type of conversation. Unfortunately, we don't have today. But yeah, it's and they're all like just complete. They just went the full grift train, every single one of them.
Do you remember Cheaters?
Oh yeah.
That show was so
did you
entertaining.
see the thing from I don't know if it was yesterday, the day before, at the Coldplay concert in Boston? Now, first of all, the first strike on these people is that they were at a Coldplay concert, but there was a Coldplay concert in Boston. I don't know where it was, but there's a clip that they showed, and I guess at their concert they put the camera on people in the stands at various points, right? Like especially during slow songs, people are dancing with each other, and they put the camera on a couple. All right,
I saw that.
probably I want to say they're about 50. Probably it's a man and woman, very similar age, probably about late 40s, early 50s. She's leaning back at him. He's got his arms around her. They're swaying to the music. The moment that they realize they're on screen, she goes like this. He drops below the seats. And the woman next to them, who's obviously kind of like with them, is like wide-eyed, right? So now if they just hadn't reacted, it doesn't go viral. The moment went viral. So this gentleman is the CEO of a AI company, married. The woman is the chief people officer at the same company, also married, not to each other. The woman who was acting mortified next to them is the woman's assistant, who just got a very curious promotion, apparently from a nobody in the company to like senior VP last week.
Wild.
So yeah, so
wild.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So speaking of, somebody said like, yeah, because that's what you said. Cheaters have brought that up. Said, man, y'all got caught in 4K on a 50-foot screen.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
All their socials are private now, and the guy's wife has taken his last name out of her LinkedIn profile.
Man.
Damn.
Yep. So.
Well, that's what they get.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
It's like one way or another, you're gonna get caught. Like that just sounds like so much work.
Yeah.
To cheat on someone, like so much intentional work. Like, why? Just do something about that. Like if you're having issues in a relationship, just, you know what, we're not gonna get into this. We're not gonna get into this.
Well, it's like you always see with like famous people or athletes, stuff like that. Like, oh, this guy plays around, this girl plays around. If they're not married, who gives a shit? Let them do what they're gonna do. Go live your life. Go have fun. But yeah, once you do that, it's like, you know. The
marriage part is crazy. Yeah. Getting married to someone and cheating on them is crazy.
Oh yeah, Vala, that's right. Yeah, Coldplay like said they were like, oh, they must be like jokingly saying, oh, those two must be having an affair. And you've seen skits like that before, where like people are just kind of, you know, playing around. You see at sporting events, like interactions with the mascot, like 100% of those are scripted or, you know, have actors or something in them. But yeah, this was just so like, I remember seeing, I was like, oh, that's, I thought it was a sporting event. I was like, these are the best actors of all time. Nope, you got caught. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, funny stuff.
Man, well.
Yeah. So I do think if you know, maybe we start a new segment, dumbass of the day, on this show, and those three individuals, mainly the two involved in the affair, but the other two is the other woman as well. Dumbass of the day.
Crazy.
Fact. Hey, on another note, on a positive note, we need 15 more likes. 15.
Nick really wants this race.
No, I just want to give away another 150k straight to funded account because it's fucking epic, and it increases the chance. It increases the chance that we get to interview our first giveaway winner. Because straight to funded, I mean, all the money you make goes towards your payout straight away. You don't have to pass an eval, nothing like that. You know, just money in your bank, almost.
Yeah, it's always the best. See if we can get the juice here. ES tapping into this 33 333 area. Let's see if we can get 50s here on the NQ. Kind of struggling. Those sellers just really keep stepping in there. So that's going to be a very key level for us to break on the NASDAQ. And ES, again, we're sitting right at this level. But ES looks strong. ES looks strong. NASDAQ a little bit, kind of fading out a little bit. So we do need to get this push here.
ES needs to catch up here.
ES needs to catch up, but it's been holding pretty well. I mean, it's just the slower mover.
It's still 10 points below all-time high though.
Yeah.
NQ in the meantime is making a new all-time high here.
Trying to make the push here on NASDAQ, some buying pressure coming in. I think if we try to get the juice, we'll push through. But if we're struggling here, I think we might double top this. Otherwise, yeah, if we clear these orders, I think it'll hold pretty well.
Could be. Yeah, Nvidia is struggling a bit. Meta is down on the day. Oh no, actually, Meta is at 0 basically for the day. Tesla is up. Apple is. What's Apple doing? What is Apple doing? Well,
trying to get these orders in. Let's see if we clear. There we go. Got the clear.
Apple is at 0. Microsoft is up.
Nice.
Alphabet is up. The Google and Amazon is up. Yeah, most are up.
All right. Now we have if we find acceptance above 250, then we do have room up to 60 on book maps. And then I see some pretty heavy sellers sitting at 66, 67 area. So let's see. But that was the volume push that we needed. Got a nice big order come in at that 250. We want to see them now. I think the minimum is going to be that 35 level for us to hold on NQ. We could possibly get a tap into 37, 35 and pick up more buyers and then head back up.
Could be. In the meantime, until that happens, we did actually reach our goal, the like goal. So let's do another marble race. I'm going to set up a keyword here with Drew, and then, or if any one of you guys wants to, and Mary, Matt, feel free.
Oh no, you're Mr. Keyword. It's all you.
All right. For shits and giggles, that one.
Come on. Yeah, it should have been marinated meat.
Marinated meat.
Oh man.
Boundless, almost 5 points.
That's great. Sheets and giggles.
Sheets and giggles. All right, guys. The rules are you have to like the stream, you have to be subscribed to the channel, and once I drop the keyword, only type it once, not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4 times, because you are going to get disqualified. Now, for the true OGs who know, the keyword is sunflower. Good luck, everybody.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you're a true fan, you know what sunflower means.
Sunshine, sunflowers. I don't know. I was trying to make a tune.
Yeah. Nah, let sunflower be about boxers. Sorry, Mary's mom. I'm sorry.
I feel like I want to try. I don't know where those went. I think I might have burned them or something. I was so traumatized. Donated them. Now poor kid has my
donated them to the fire.
Nice push above 50s here. See if we can get to 67.
NASDAQ is just creeping higher. ES is approaching previous week high here. Previous week high sitting at 6,335.50, and then all-time high above that.
Nice. Very nice.
Very nice. Somebody in the chat said we should get Oprah and Dr. Phil as a guest on stream, even if it's somebody just dressed up as them. Well, we could actually do this at 30K subscribers. Matt is gonna dress up as Dr. Phil and Miriam as Oprah.
Nope. I'm gonna be sick that day.
We
I don't know
could do
what
it
day
for
it is, but I'm
Halloween.
gonna be sick on that day.
30K subscribers, or at Halloween, yeah.
What day is Halloween on this year? The 31st.
Oh, I already got my Halloween.
Hey, there's that new push to the 60s.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
No, I'm not growing out the mustache. If I'm used to when I walk the neighborhood with my dog, people walk up to say hello. If I grow a mustache out and just leave it, people will walk away from me. So, oh yeah, there we go. Drew says then, Nick, you know what? I'll do that. Yeah, I will be Dr. Phil. Miriam will be Oprah. Nick, if you will be Ellen.
That would actually be funny. Halloween is actually on a Friday this year.
I mean, all you have to do is put on
Perfect.
sneakers, dance around, be all smiley on the cameras, and treat people like shit once the cameras go off. So you could do that.
And I can still wear a white shirt. I just need to
You're a pretty
get
nice guy
blazer.
behind the scenes, but yeah, you could just be a total prick to everybody for a
And
day.
I can still wear my white shirt, just get a gray blazer on, and I'm fine.
God. Ellen really threw me off.
I'll do it.
awesome.
If I get Matt as Dr. Phil, I'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know who else is on daytime. I mean, we could do you could be like a drag Kelly Clarkson. That could be. At least we waited till the final half hour for the show to go off the fucking rails.
And Brett as Judge Judy. Oh man.
Actually, he would make a great Judge Judy.
And Vinny is gonna come on as the actual Gandalf
Mhm.
to round it off. All right, we got the marbles ready. So, Drew, drop him.
This is like Plinko on steroids here.
Again, always Plinko at the start. And now Vola is going to be like, oh, so this track is very special because here's what's going to happen. He's played them all.
Oh my gosh. He knows them all like the back of his hand.
We should all dress up as the weakest link lady.
I would do
Whatever
that
happened
one.
to her?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up while we're
I
doing
do think about her sometimes.
That's
Okay.
a weird thing to say, but okay.
I wonder what the weakest link lady's doing today.
Oh, it's still on. It's Jane Lynch hosting now. Well, she probably does a good job with it.
Oh,
Ann
yeah.
Robinson.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
Jordy W. After a 7-day losing streak, I recovered my 150K account from a $4,000 drawdown. Today's profit of $1,800. Congrats,
Nice.
Jordy. That's awesome.
That's super satisfying.
So Ann Robinson is she's still around? She's 80.
80.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Good for her.
She's basically been working since the 60s. Good. for her.
Literally.
That's crazy. We got. Damn it! My screen is too blurry. I can't.
I
see
don't know what
anything.
her appearance fee is, but it'd be great to get her on to just roast us for an hour.
Right. That I would be open to that. Not in like a weird cuckish way, but like, you know.
Hey, thanks for clarifying. You know, anytime somebody says something and says, well, not in a weird way, usually they meant it in a weird way. I'm just saying. If you
Oh,
feel the
Lord.
need to clarify, there was
Yeah, just
probably a
needed to
need to
clarify that.
clarify.
Well. All right, we got our winner. Our winner is Bogey Trades. Congratulations, Bogey Trades. Type something in the chat really quick so we know you're there and you claim your prize. Did that guy not win recently?
Bogey. Did you win recently, Bogey?
I think so.
I feel like you did too.
What's happening today?
Man.
Like two people who have already won. I mean, good for you guys.
I
Very
kind of feel
well.
like we may get to the point we need to say that if you win, you can't win for another week. I'm just saying.
Oh, I see. No, Bodie Trades won.
Oh, they're different.
Bodie,
Yeah.
but this. So wait, just to clarify. Bodie Trades won in the past, and Bogey Trades won today. So just similar names.
Mm-hmm.
But Bo D Trades is saying that Bogey Trades won 2 in a day 2 weeks ago. Okay, well, whatever.
Boy, it's a good thing that this is all very confusing.
They both won, so apparently you're gonna call yourself Bogey Bobby something, and you're gonna be fine.
If this were at night and I was on an edible, it'd take me an hour to figure this out.
Very confused.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats, though. Yeah, Paraloco, that sucks to be 7th. I'm gonna be Booby Trades. Nice. Go ahead.
Oh man.
Are we getting Project X this month? I don't know. I know it's coming soon, but that's the only info I got. Nice. 260, the new all-time high. And ES is coming for that all-time high. Currently sitting at the previous week high.
Crazy move that we're
Do we get
getting.
your new all-time high song, Nick?
Wait, what's the new all-time high song?
I just assumed you had one.
What a
Well, I'm pretty
loser.
sure that background Nick has like a song from Shrek for the all-time highs.
I bet he does. Yeah. You know,
Okay,
it's probably a good thing that we're on YouTube and we get copyright strikes for playing a lot of music because we definitely we definitely get in trouble for that.
The failed trader ripping the shirt with 10 reset codes on my belly is not going to happen yet. That's at a certain milestone we need to hit first.
I think 50K. I think 50K will get Nick to do a Hulk shirt rip.
Yep, Vola, you know what? Fuck you.
He says it with love.
Dang.
I feel like there's a show off coming between the kind of the old Clint Eastwood movie,
Yeah. Man, these candles on the NQ are just very pitter-pattery.
What
Just like
movie was that? Oh, that was
slowly
the
trying to make these new highs.
That was The Good and the Bad and the Ugly. That was also a rejected title for this stream. We just decided for Tradeify TV.
But well, which one's the bad and the ugly?
I wasn't.
We don't need to go there. It's okay.
I wasn't gonna go there.
Prove him wrong short now. Dude, are you suicidal? What the hell?
This chat has turned into like little angels and little devils on Nick's shoulders. Do it. No.
Do it. Man, what a move we are making here. These sellers are really sitting hefty at this 65 to 67.
This is a fuck you J-Pow move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does feel like Jerome Powell could get fired. The markets are like, oh no. Anyway.
Yeah. New all-time highs. Yeah. We don't take
I remember that in summer of 2020, place I was working, and we were doing some like daily streams as well. I remember okay, it's in hindsight. I'm sorry for anyone who lost anybody during COVID, but like it was like one of the highest like death days of COVID, and the markets made new all-time highs.
Oh,
and it was just like,
God.
wow, that says something, Yeah,
that's wild.
That was wild. Yeah.
Very unhinged for the market. Very dark humor.
Yeah.
That's insane. Oh no.
Yeah, and I think it was even like the evening news like let off with the death count, like it was the deadliest day in COVID in New York City or something like that. I don't remember exactly the context. And then like they went to a commercial and came back, it's like the market's hit new all-time highs.
Oh man.
Yeah, failed trader. The marble race indicator is not the 100% win rate. It's currently sitting at 99.9. So you got that one stop loss that happens every light year. He shorted when we were doing marbles and he got stop lost. Well,
Don't want to get stop lost.
mm-mm.
Ooh, yeah, these pitter-pattery moves are a little sus.
Pitter patter.
Still moving up though. ES still has that room to make new all-time highs, but right now feels a little toppy.
Little toppy top.
Again, would not want to fade this, but all I'm saying is we do have, 45 now as a level. 45 on the NQ. ES is going to be probably around that 330 area for us to hold. I'd be sitting around where the 9 EMA is as well. So if we can hold these levels, I think we still continue grinding up. Due for a pullback for sure, but
Overdue.
especially like these candles the bodies of these candles are so small, like barely 3 points on these candle bodies.
Are we gonna get 300 today, Mary?
I mean, we're only 40 points away, so if the candle bodies are looking like this, it might take us a minute, but yeah, I mean, I don't see anything on book maps other than this 267, 272, a little bit at the 80, and then 90. And then 300 is, I see some orders sitting there, but I'm sure once we start moving closer to that area, those orders will start to build a little bit more. But really, next significant level isn't until the 70 and then 87. Again, this is not saying that price is necessarily going to go to those areas. It's just the next level of where orders are sitting on that I see, at least. I mean, that's another thing too with book maps. It's so difficult because, if you get like this crazy bid, this massive institutional bid that comes in at a certain level, like say right here, for example, those orders sitting at that 67 might actually, disappear. And so is that legal? Not necessarily, but we're getting like phantom orders that just come in and disappear. So when I use book maps, I use it purely just for looking at where the current orders are. Those are the passive buyers, passive sellers, and then obviously we'll get those random orders that kind of pop in that just kind of come in in nowhere. But it's nice to see in terms of like when we are at all-time highs, we don't have any levels here. So when I use book maps, that's kind of what I'm using it for, to see like, all right, where could we potentially start targeting? And that's what I see right now. And we did have a rejection right at that 65. So you could see, I mean, those orders are still sitting there on book maps. ES getting a little bit of a pullback here. Again, I would expect us to hold this 331 level. That's right that's right around where the 21 EMA, or I believe that's the 9 on my charts. This is the 9 EMA on my charts here. I'm looking at my other charts, but 9 EMA I would expect to sort of kind of bounce that. But if we start kind of pulling back to this 330 area on ES, we might start moving our way back down to this 325, 324 level. And then, I would expect us to hold there, but if we don't, VWAP could be the next target at that 315. But yeah, feeling a little toppy.
Stoppy. We have about 15 more minutes. So guys, if anybody has questions in the chat, feel free to drop them and we're more than happy to answer. No matter how stupid or funny or genius. Yo, what's up, Joey?
What's up, Joey? I was just going to say that.
Joey.
Are we green today, Joey? I know.
Green today? Joey, you green?
You green?
Well, Vola, if you want to make $85 right now, you should go short on 10 minis. It's actually gonna work. Nice, Joey. Let's fucking go. Green on the day. Told you, Voila, it's gonna work. But if you only got a tick, you made nothing because of the commission. You paid more than you made. Almost. Slippage and fees. I doubt that he made $85.
Yeah, getting a little bit of a pullback here. ES kind of testing this 330 area. Seeing if we can hold 45 on NQ.
Hey, Drew, can we actually... Sorry, Mary.
Oh, go ahead.
Can we get a poll up to see how the chat is doing? We're green, red, flat, otter, zebra.
Zebra, platypus.
Voila, no. I'm not. I feel like you deserve it. And I'm sorry that I called you the F word. Not.
Franya asks, can you please advise what indicator you use for the 9 EMA? So it should only just be the EMA indicators. If you go into your indicators on TradingView here, if you just type in EMA, you'll actually find it as moving average exponential, and then you'll just click on that. Oops, I clicked on it way too much. But I click into it and I choose the input as a 9, and it should already be set that way, but you can change it to, some people like to use the 8 EMA, 11 EMA, 50, 100, 200. So that's how I edit that, but it should just be the normal moving average EMA.
Oh, come on, Drew. Come on.
What happened?
Click on the poll.
Oh, oh that's great. That one.
Yeah, that's
For
mine.
sure, that one. That's funny.
Hey, well done, Joey. Recovered 90% of yesterday's red day in one trade today. Let's go. Chat is cooking today again. Seems like more people are green, as usual. As usual. The Tradeify TV stream is always cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So everyone, don't forget, again, tomorrow, we have T-Trades joining us. He'll be his first time on the show. Really excited to talk trading with him. One of the most mechanical and systematic traders I've seen out there. So if you're not familiar with him, you can check out his stuff on YouTube. And yeah, he will be live with us tomorrow. Cannot wait for that. That's going to be some great knowledge.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, let's start wrapping it up here. So we are getting actually some buying pressure stepping in here. We can see that we held this 245 level like almost just beautifully at this 9 EMA retest. These are actually like my trades that I love taking. If we get these sort of moves, I wait for the actual break of these to be convinced that we're actually seeing some sort of reversal, which in this case, we got a nice strong green candle that is pretty much taking out this move. So for me, this would have been a nice re-entry. You could see here, this was also like the previous high of the day that we made at this 43 level. We came up, broke through it, and then came back down to retest it. That would have been a trade that I would have taken on the EMA retest. And then right now, I would expect for us on this move to continue through and make these highs. ES, the only thing is ES is a little bit at this interesting area right now. So I would expect us to hold, at minimum, like this 28 level on ES and then continue further. But yeah, just a little bit of interesting action because we also have some sellers now that really stepped in at that 60 area on NASDAQ. And then, we still have like some stacking orders, but a lot of sellers sitting there. So we could see that that's going to be an area of potential resistance that, we just saw on this candle actually. So let's see what we get. But yeah, other than that, I don't really see too much. I mean, I'm looking at the 5 minute here. Let's just go down to the 1 hour. Yeah, very strong 1 hour area. Again, broke above, found so far finding acceptance above this 222 area. And ES is, like I said, holding this level right here, the pre-market high that's at 323. That nice push above 315. That was a clean break that we got. And then kind of went up to retest these 330s. But right now, we still have room. We still have room that we could potentially make up to the 343 level. ES is about 15 points away from that. Again, still so much time left in the day that we could see this happen. Maybe some consolidation in the lunch hour. But other than that, I mean, that's kind of what I see. Really, every pullback seems to get bought so far. So it might just be a nice little trend day that we get in the futures.
Absolutely.
Looks like it.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So I think we'll start the process of wrapping up today's edition of Tradeify TV. Again, highly encourage you to always go back and watch our guests and for all the knowledge that they drop. But especially Coach Tank, obviously, who's so good with the mindset portion. We're very fortunate to have him working with our live traders here at Tradeify TV. And that's what we want for you. We want you guys taking one of those accounts, not only to payouts, but to be in one of our live traders. So we're adding to the ranks of our live traders on a week-by-week basis, and we would love for you to be a part of it. It takes some work to get there, but don't one of them. There's only a few characteristics that all successful traders have in common, and one of them is lack of fear about doing the work. Just ready to get in there and roll up your sleeves and get it done. You can, with the prop firm space, companies like Tradeify, you can make some money in trading fairly early in your career. But at the same time, to turn this into a full-time, full-paying job and being able to withdraw money like it's a paycheck every couple of weeks takes time, energy, and work. And so if you're not afraid to put in the work, make sure you're here every day, but especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays for Coach Tank. So, guys, I think that's it from me for today. We've had a really exciting day with our guests, and again, tomorrow T-Trades is going to be joining us, so make sure to stay tuned for that. So with that, I'll kick it over to Mr. YT himself, Swiss Nick, and we will start to wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Hey guys, that was a fun stream. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the funny comments. Thank you so much for the good questions. Thank you so much for paying attention. Thank you so much for just being part of Tradeify TV. We're writing history here. We're coming for that #1 spot. That's it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And I tell you, it's going to be pretty soon. So stay tuned. We have some sick stuff tomorrow for you guys. So it's going to be great. Tune in tomorrow again at 8:30 a.m. EST. And as usual, let's end this one with our one and only Machamami Curly Trader slaying NQ like a dragon lady. What's she called? I don't know. Whatever.
It's okay.
She's the master of NQ. The lady of NQ.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Matt. Yes, we had a great stream today. We had obviously Coach Tank on. We had our guest, Tyler Trades, as well. And we have another guest tomorrow. So make sure you guys are going to be on for that. It was a great day. Obviously, a nice trend day so far on the futures. And let's see what we get tomorrow. We're in all-time highs, guys. So as usual, make sure that you are practicing gratitude. Make sure that you are being mindful and make sure that you are spending time away from the charts and spending time with your loved ones and friends and families. So we will see you guys tomorrow. We hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Go be great. See you guys then.